Hi guys, my name's Tim Shelby. I'm from Broke, Louisiana. I currently fly F-18 Echo Super Hornets out of Naval Air Station Oceana in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Shout out to the Wolf Den podcast for having me on today. I'm excited to share my story as well as my experiences on how I got here and hopefully inspire the next generation.
I got hella problems. Don't need no shovel, handle dirt with choppers. You get your issues, try killing me. Eliminate all contenders, talk about ending me. Got Glocks and Drakes, some bullets sped out 'em. Yeah, the mortician can't get the lead.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Den. And this week we have U.S. Navy pilot Tim Shelby. Boy, what's up? What's up? And then we also got guest host Bryce Benedetto, business owner in Patterson. I didn't want to get the name wrong.
Oh yeah, no
What's
worries.
up, guys? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
So man, dude, thanks Nick for having me.
Absolutely.
We've been knowing each other for quite some time now. I got Bryce here. We go way back. I know Nick's been asking me to do this for a while, just based on what I do. We'll get into that here shortly. Yeah, man, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
No, dude, we pumped up to have you. Oh, we definitely pumped up to talk about just some of the things that you do and stuff too, just because like it's different, right?
Right.
Nobody
Yeah.
from around here just decides this is the path that they want to take. Like it's honestly a crazy path.
Right.
So then let's actually get into it. How did you actually get started into going into just choosing that direction of flying? So just for our guests, Tim flies F-18s
F-18s, yeah.
for the U.S. Navy.
Right.
I don't know if I can give any more.
No worries. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm from Berwick. I grew up in Berwick, Louisiana. Originally from St. Louis. Moved to Berwick when I was 4. And just growing up, like all South Louisiana, it's just the oil field, right?
Mhm.
And my stepdad's been in the oil field his whole life, pretty much. All my buddies, Andrew Askew, kind of work with him in the summers growing up, but I just want to do something different, right?
You was working for Gator?
Oh yeah,
Gator?
big time.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It was my summer job.
Damn, they had that child labor out there. Why, man?
I mean, I think Carter Askew, he's the owner of Gator, and it's Andrew's dad. He wanted to instill us.
Oh yeah, great guy. Great guy.
Oh yeah, great guy. Yeah, he wanted us to learn, like, either you want to do this your whole life or do something different. Kind of like nothing against the people that did it.
Yeah. No, I like that he did that though.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
actually
I think that was his goal.
right.
And I've always loved aviation, right? Like going to air shows when I was young, sitting at the airport with my grandmother, just sitting there watching planes, take off and land. And obviously there's a path, right? You got to figure out that path, just growing, and probably about my sophomore year in high school, Ryan Hover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So his dad is an air traffic controller out in Houma, where he was at the time, right? And
crazy job too.
yeah, big time. Yeah. So that's actually what I went to school for. We'll get to that.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah. And aviation, like it's a cool path, it's a cool job, but it costs a lot of money. Just to, like, your qualifications, especially if you want to go to school for it.
Well, let's talk about that for 1 second while you're bringing it up. So I actually know somebody too that they were talking about that. What it is, like, you're not even making money yet. You're still in training and you're having to pay like
Take out
flight
loans.
costs.
Oh, yeah, big
like
time.
flight costs and stuff like
Thousands
that.
of dollars.
Yeah,
Like just a license, itself you can pay, $14,000 to $15,000. You're not getting paid. You're just paying for that.
and then you gotta fly like all the hours and all. So like you can't work.
Each hour is like, I would say like an average of $100 an hour. Just to like rent the plane, fuel, the instructor's time.
Right.
And then so that stuff adds up.
Right.
If you're like 45 hours times 100.
It's a lot of money you're just putting towards this. You're getting paid. Then when you first get out, like you're at the bottom of the seniority list, so like you're not getting paid, anything from the very start. It's like the loans just add up.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm not a very fortunate. Like I didn't grow up with money, So I chose a path, the air traffic control thing. I went and shadowed actually Ryan Hover's dad at the tower for a couple of days, and I was like, man, this is pretty sick. You're not in the cockpit, but like
You're
stressful
controlling.
job.
Yeah. You're controlling the cockpit necessarily.
And they made a lot of money too. So I mean, I'm not, I wasn't just chasing money. I was something I want to do, something that's different, but also like be comfortable, because who wants to, work their whole lives and
not be passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So I just did some research, finding schools, like how can I become an air traffic controller, right? So I started researching schools. There's only 13 in the U.S. where you can get a degree,
and let me add in. This was before AI, so you actually had to do the research, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the kids now got it easy. Man.
Yeah, so like you didn't just go ChatGPT, right?
Right.
You had to go research.
Hell yeah. No doubt.
So it was like only 13 schools, you're saying?
Yeah, in the United States, I mean, you can go in the military straight out of high school and get your qualifications and apply to be like an FAA controller, so like for the government, pretty much.
Mhm.
Or you can go to school for it. You know, have student loans, whatever, but you have a degree. And obviously the training, right? Like, you know, there's people who are against college. You know, that doesn't prepare you for life. You know, it's better off just just going straight out of high school, figuring out something you're good at.
Mhm.
Whereas, like, I would argue that saying like a degree is useful in some cases, right?
Oh, yeah.
In that case specifically.
I think in specialized cases like doctors,
Yeah. Yeah,
pilots,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
lawyers,
Right. And I honestly like the pilot thing that you bring up because, like, there's pilots who don't have degrees. We were just talking about that earlier. It's more beneficial. Like the possibility of you getting a job as an airline pilot, the guy who has a degree is going to be ranked up below the guy who doesn't have a degree. Just
because
up.
they have the degree.
That's what we were talking about with
Yeah.
my brother. So he went to Delta Flight Academy, and they don't let you finish with the degree. There's no degree from it.
Yeah.
So he got all his licenses and everything, and getting a job was impossible. So he had to go back to school to Louisiana Tech to get his aviation degree before he could go back. And then he started getting jobs, and it's still like starting at the bottom of the barrel.
I'm confused though. Why didn't they don't kind of like let you know, like, so I'm guessing there's two ways to go to it: certifications or degree, right? Or no?
I mean, either one qualifies you, but it's just like you're going to be ranked. Like, let's say like there's a application pool of 100 pilots, right?
Mhm.
The guys who don't have degrees they're not going to be matched
Yeah.
like up to par with the guy who does have that.
Well, the degree
Right.
comes with the certifications too, huh?
Yeah, 100%. But that just goes like you're paying for those licenses, but you're also paying for the degree, right?
Mhm.
It's like you got to pay for your tuition,
Right.
boarding, like housing, like whatever, books,
Mhm.
on top of the flight hours that you're paying $100 an hour for. So it just adds
It
up.
adds up.
Yeah, so that's why I was
quick.
like, man, I don't want to do that, but I want to do something in aviation because I think it's cool. It's something different. It's not, besides helicopter pilots, with the oil field, I want to fly a helicopter. Nothing against them, but
Hey, I never got in a helicopter, but like I'm honestly nervous to ride in helicopters.
I
Just-
haven't either.
dude,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
'cause when those goes down,
it's going
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
then
yeah,
I'm thinking about it like, look, dude, I ain't got no parachute because like you screwed in a helicopter. Like they're not using a parachute because if you jump out, you're getting chopped up. Like there's a high possibility of that, right?
I mean, you're just taking it all the way to the ground.
Correct.
Straight
Yeah,
down.
Lower
yeah.
to the ground, you
Yeah.
don't have as much time to react.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just screwed. Like I'm just like, nah, give me some wings that I can at least maybe
Right.
glide down.
Yeah.
Just-
But then I saw, well, this is actually the new technology I was seeing. Aren't they making some planes with like ejectable things at the bottom? Like if they were to crash into like water now, are they starting to come out with some prototypes or something along those lines?
Yeah, I think they've been around specifically in the military for a while.
Just
like
not
an
like,
escape hole, kind of like an escape hatch kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think. I mean, I might be wrong on this, but I think like in the Air Force, like bombers,
Mhm.
I think they have those where like or some sort of aircraft where you can like just open up the door
and then
and you have your parachute on and just jump out.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
kind of like bail.
Yeah,
Kinda
yeah,
like
yeah.
Cessnas and some stuff like that, they have parachutes in the plane. Like not that you put on, the plane has a parachute. So if it starts to go down,
Yeah.
it'll parachute down.
Like those very small, like
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm sure the F-18s don't have that though.
Nah,
I
don't think a parachute can carry that
You
weight.
gotta
Yeah,
eject out of that thing. Huh?
Yeah. But yeah, where were we? Like, just like in college, right? So went to school, found a school, Laterno University. It's up in Longview, Texas, about a 4-hour drive from here. Right on the border of Louisiana, Oklahoma. It's like the Texarkana. It's
Yeah,
near
yeah, that's what I'm about to
Texarkana.
say.
Yeah.
I know it's not 4.
It's not far
You
from
know, 'cause
Tyler, huh?
I was about to say, you go party out there. What what there is like 4 states that border each other or something like that. The Texarkana.
Yeah, it's Arkansas, Louisiana.
Oklahoma,
Texas.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's up near those parts. In high school, obviously I played a lot of sports. Wasn't the best, right? I wasn't the best athlete, but I just did it just because it drove me, right? Like I had something to do.
Besides just studying after school, Yeah, I hit up the school, talked to the. I like baseball, growing up. Like I said, it wasn't the best, but I figured it was something. I couldn't just go to school.
Right.
Like obviously, like you can party and stuff, but like I wanted something that would drive you to be successful in college, right? So playing baseball did that for me because they also had their requirements, right?
It gave you like that
you just go-
discipline aspect.
Yeah, for sure. So I hit up the baseball coaches up there, and before I even like talked to the school about like applying, right? They're like, yeah, man, like just you can walk on. It's a Division III school, so there wasn't like all these big scholarships. People weren't
Yeah.
getting paid NIL money at that time. You
What,
know?
no D1 or not?
Yeah. But it was just something to do. It was still competitive, right? Because you had guys coming from JUCOs that just didn't have the grades for like LSU or even like Nichols or something, or just got hurt or something, right?
So they go that.
Yeah.
Try to-
But they still make it, right? There's people get drafted. It's competitive,
Mhm.
So I wanted to play baseball there. Hit up the school, got in.
You saying
Yeah.
that you wasn't good at baseball, but like, what do you mean? Like, You had a collegiate let me
Athlete.
get it. Yeah, a collegiate. No, I was going for a collegiate athletic level. That's what I was
Yeah.
kind of going for. But like,
right.
what you mean you're not good at baseball?
Yeah,
you're
I
good
mean,
at
dude,
baseball.
like I just growing up, I didn't have money to play travel ball and stuff, right?
Oh.
So I didn't have all that experience.
you're not
know?
don't compare your
Yeah.
apples to orange. Yeah,
Right. Yeah. But I had the opportunity to play, college baseball. It was fun. I pitched at Laterno for a few years, and I tore my shoulder. So then I was like, I don't have the money to, pay.
Lefty too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, lefty. Big
Grab the
time.
left.
Yeah. I went to school at Laterno. I went to school for ATC, so air traffic control, right? High paying job out of college, right? So it's something I wanted to do, something that was different. But I was getting close to graduation. You can actually apply to be an air traffic controller prior to like getting your degree. And I applied 3 times, every single time. So the way that works with the FAA jobs, right, government jobs, is they pull from different demographics, race, color, like whoever you may be, female, male.
Is it just kind of like a lottery type of deal?
It's like a lottery type deal, right? But the guy who was fully qualified had a degree in it. They were getting, equally balanced with people who had, you can work at McDonald's for 3 years
See,
and apply for the job.
I don't like that. That's like kind of
Yeah.
like the what you call it, the equality stuff that they put in,
Yeah.
that they whatever that
Yeah.
they import. I don't agree with that just because it's just like, all right, I got somebody that's ready to work for me, they qualified, and they want to come and do a job, but now they have to compete with somebody who just decided, oh, I'm gonna go out and do something today.
This looks cool. They look at the pay, right?
Come
They're
on,
like,
bro.
oh man, this sounds cool.
Yeah, nah.
And that's why like the FAA, like the air traffic controls, like I'm sure you see with the government shutdowns and stuff, like those guys are affected. They're undermanned. They're not getting paid, like that whole deal. And so I was just like, man, I want to do something different. So I was like, I got my degree, right? I want to be a pilot. I was like, all right, cool. How can I be a pilot without ever like getting that flight training, right? Paying that $100,000 in debt, through flight school. And I was like, the military, right? 'Cause, I mean, the military is always something I thought of, right? I think it's something everybody thinks of growing up. It's like, man, I want to do that. Boots on the ground, carry a gun, kill the bad guys.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you have the guys come into your
Yeah.
if they come into your school, whatever, like the what is called the help me out, the guys that come to the schools and like recruiters.
Oh yeah.
Especially whenever you have them and come in and
Like the
they
Marines
like-
with the pull-up
yeah,
bar.
yeah, they come
How many
in-
pull-ups can you do, man?
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
like try to stay away from him.
Well,
like,
yeah,
I
well,
don't
no,
know.
dude,
Chill,
well,
I
you-
don't wanna
But the
go-
thing is, all right,
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. Why would you why would you want to stay away from them? Like,
I don't know.
was it like anxiety or like what was it?
I didn't
I did the
necessarily.
same thing.
I didn't necessarily stay away from him. I was trying to show off myself. I tried to do a pull up. This was never.
Hey, now you go, man.
I wasn't even ready
My
to do
dad
it.
just
Yeah.
didn't want that path for me. Like,
Did he do the military?
PTSD. Well, my cousins did it,
And they
and they
kinda-
had a lot of PTSD and stuff like that. He just
Yeah.
didn't want me to go down that path.
This week's episode is brought to you by Lone Wolf Marketing. Lone Wolf Marketing specializes in everything digital, ranging from search engine optimization, website development, branding, social media management, and advertising. Lone Wolf ensures that your company is presented exactly the way that you want to be seen. Don't get lost trying to navigate the digital marketplace. Let Lone Wolf lead the way so that you can focus on what matters, running your business. And though you you stayed away from it, kind of like he said. So like, what you mean? Like you kind of like just had like an anxiety. Like you asked him it. Why did you?
I just want
why
someone's
did you-
opinion.
Well,
No, I-
nowadays a lot of people promote like just going to college. Like that's the only
Correct.
option.
And I don't really necessarily believe in that either.
I
'cause,
think
like,
trades are the
well,
way to go nowadays.
You didn't go
because
to
there's
college.
not as many people going to.
Did you go to college?
I did for a year.
But you ended up quitting though because
Yeah.
you realized.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
but
not
then-
really what I wanted.
but
I
look at
just
what you're
wanted the
doing, though.
experience. I went to LSU for like
Yeah,
a year,
yeah, okay.
and
Yeah.
I wanted the
You were
experience.
in a
and
frat
then
too, right? You're in a frat.
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
you weren't.
I was about
But
to
you
s-
hung out with a lot of you knew
Yeah,
a bunch of guys.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, dude, Bryce is in a
It
frat
was
because
fun.
Bryce is a lot like me.
Yeah.
So like, I know if
I
he
would
was in
make
a
friends
frat,
anywhere.
yeah,
but, like,
if you in a frat, you ain't passing college. That's why I
Nah,
wasn't
nah.
in no frat,
Yeah.
straight up. But no, what I was saying though, you what were we getting at before that? I just lost my train of thought on it.
We were talking about me asking him the question.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
anxiety.
I mean, dude,
anxiety.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, like
Yeah.
growing up, like, that's it's cool, right? Like, just obviously like, but what they perceive is like you're gonna be like the special forces type guy, right?
Mhm.
But that's not the deal, right? Like,
Mhm.
there's so many jobs, and you might take the test, not qualify. I wasn't a good test taker, right? So like that was my biggest fear as well. It's like I don't want to get stuck doing something, because after you do research, you figure out like,
Yeah, they place
Yeah.
you and stuff. Like if you don't
Yeah,
do so
yeah.
well, then you got to choose from this job, this job,
Yeah,
or this
yeah.
job.
We knew someone who got placed like that, and they got placed at a base in Nebraska in the middle of nowhere for like 4 fucking years. just like watching a door.
Yeah.
They're like, man, I signed up for this thinking I was going to be, battle rattle the whole thing.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
then
like
ends
stuck in
up-
Nebraska.
Yeah, but then
doing
that would be
nothing.
crazy if like ends up that door like has like 10 nukes ready to go behind it,
That'd
and
be
then all
cool.
of a sudden
It
he
would-
gets a call. Hey, it's time. Like
That'd be
shit.
cool.
The thing
It
is,
was
you
not
hope
that kind of door.
You hope that he'd be ready though.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, in that
Definitely
case.
would want him to be ready.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, just right on the wall, you see all these videos. I want to be that guy. The chances of you being that guy,
It's
you know,
slim to none.
Yeah, slimmer than what you
It's
think,
slim,
right?
but you got to take opportunity when it presents.
Exactly, right.
That's the biggest thing.
That's
taking
why,
opportunity.
yeah. And you got to figure that stuff out early, right? Because like if you don't figure it out early, then like you got to prepare yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, everything, right? Before you take that step. Because if you don't prepare yourself, then you're gonna get stuck, being the guy behind the door, right?
Mhm.
Whereas you could be the guy, boots on the ground, getting the call. We need somebody here, right?
So is that kind of like where you took that mentality and was like, this is where I need to go with it?
Yeah,
kinda
100%. That's where it all started, man. Like I was about to graduate. I didn't have a job with air traffic control like I wanted, right? So like I figure out something different, aviation. I got my degree. Like I'm like a week before graduating. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Because I had to make some money, right?
Yeah.
I had to figure something out real quick. And I knew like there's opportunities elsewhere I can get a job temporarily. So I just, did my research, found the nearest officer recruiter in the Navy, like hit her up like real quick.
The Navy was like the one that you were choosing, like no matter what.
Yeah, I
'cause,
mean,
like what
yeah.
well, it's crazy though, because like you saying like you want to be a pilot, and
Right.
like you're going to the Navy,
Big time.
but not
yeah.
everybody realizes like a big part of the Navy is what you do.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
the Navy
yeah,
has
flying at-
more air support than the actual Air Force, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact numbers,
Yeah.
but like rumor is like like the Navy, like you don't think about fighters. The first thing you think about is ships, right?
Yeah.
Ships and maybe helicopters, right? Search and rescue type-
Submarines.
yeah, submarines, that type of stuff. But like my perception is we kind of talked about this earlier. Just chatting it up before the podcast, but I think the whole Navy exists. The carrier strike group, right? The carrier destroyers, the cruisers, submarines,
Correct.
to protect the air assets, right? Like on
Right.
the ship, right? And that's the benefit of being in the Navy. It's like you can be deployable. The Air Force, like you have bases all throughout the world, right? Like the ship, the oceans,
Is your-
take up
that's-
how much
yeah.
percentage,
Yeah, yeah.
of the world, So like, and you can put a carrier anywhere, right?
And well, that's what I
Yeah.
was about to say too. Like the U.S., don't we have like a little bit different like diplomacy as far as like we can go into any foreign water that we want to,
Yeah.
compared to some other people. Like they can't really like Russia can't really infiltrate like North Korea's waters or something, along those lines.
I mean,
type of
dude,
deal?
like international waters, it's
international waters.
so like 12 miles off of any like territory.
Okay.
It's considered their waters, right? So like 12 miles off the Gulf of Mexico is considered like ours, right? But like anything beyond that, 13 miles, like you have freedom of navigation, right?
Okay.
China can pull up their ship 13 miles off the coast.
Didn't realize that.
You can't do anything, right? Unless you're at a time of war, which we're not. So, but like that's just like poking the bear,
Yeah, it's still
yeah,
gonna-
It's poking the bear.
Well, that's like
you
kind of
know?
like they say, like, what the hell is this ship doing over here?
There's gonna
Like,
be a red
everybody
flag.
has to
Right,
figure
right.
it
Yeah,
out.
That's why
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
on the news every time Russia like buzzes by Alaska or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we'll intercept them, just to make sure, like show them, like, hey, like we're here,
And you
Hey,
said-
we see y'all. We see y'all.
Wait,
But like we
you
do it
just
to them
said
too,
we.
right?
You just said we. Have you done that before?
I personally have not
Oh.
done that. Just because I'm an East Coast based.
See,
squadron.
Terrence,
Yeah,
all of a
yeah.
sudden he's just like fling a little fling a wing over and turns over and does a corkscrew in the plane.
Yeah,
And I was like, you better watch where the fuck you're going, son.
yeah. No, I mean that happens all the time. Like you see videos of it every now and then, especially because how big social media is now. That stuff gets around quick, and I mean it happens all the time. It's all friendly though. Like it's not like who's got the bigger stick.
Well, I saw something that not long ago. Nah, I lied. What I was talking about totally took from a movie. So the movie in the movie, no, I swear, I thought I was
based on a
reading
true
something.
story or
I don't know. It was something about. It was
Those
something
movies
along
that
the
are
lines.
based on
Yeah,
a true
yeah,
story.
yeah.
Well, it was something along the
Hollywood.
lines. Like the USA didn't have the correct things or something like that, so China stepped in to help us out, like, and helped us out to figure out like something that we was doing with a space station, and they
Yeah.
actually helped us. And like now, no, this was actually a real life event because it was like very unheard of that China helps us. Like we usually the ones that helps China, like with the
Yeah,
space
yeah.
station shit. But they ended up doing something for us, and then like we were like very grateful for it. And there was like some like I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
some
That one
internet
when they
jargon.
Had that one when they had the people stranded on the space
I think it
station for a
was
long
what that's
time,
what it
huh?
was.
Oh,
That
okay.
was
Yeah, no,
that's
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
thought that was Elon Musk that ended up saving them guys.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I think China had something to do with it to help them.
But speaking of movies and space and the Air Force, touching on this early, all the videos of them seeing the seeing the what is it the UFOs and stuff. Pilots saying they see stuff like that.
Dude, that's totally out of my realm, dude.
So I ain't touching that.
For camera, he has to say it's totally out of his.
No. Dude, I'll be straight up. Like I've never seen anything crazy. Like I've heard the stories. I know people who experience, those. But like I've never personally.
I've been seeing buku stuff, like how they saying like they got these underwater bases, like these alien stuff, and I'm reading Twitter. I'm reading Twitter right now, Epstein files and all that bullshit. But I don't know. What are you talking about? What did you see that you saw somebody say something? You just talking about in general?
Yeah, in general, they showed on the news all the time about them seeing those little like orb pill-shaped things, and they declassified the like pilot.
Well, I did hear that
like
thing that with the Navy, whenever they was in the Navy and they were talking and they like said something like they were talking and they saw like something going across and they're like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
You saw that video,
I've
and
seen
then all of a sudden it shoots across and then like, "Whoa, that didn't make no sense." I don't know what they said.
Dude, I see. I'll take it back. So I see stuff, right? But like Elon's like Starlink, right?
Correct.
Dude, that stuff will freak you out. Like sometimes we're flying, right? It's a beautiful night. Like obviously, like you're in the air, so like there's no like city lights, so you see everything in the sky, right?
Mhm.
Super easy. And there's probably 5 times like we're just flying at night, whether we're on deployment or just off the coast of Virginia, we see some shit just go across the sky. And we're like, what? We're wearing NVGs too, so like we're wearing the night vision goggles.
Mhm.
We call them NVCDs. And so obviously it's super apparent, right? We can see it, just something going across the sky. I already know how thousands of miles away. I don't know
Like
how
it's
high.
brighter. It's brighter with the
Yeah.
vision, huh?
Oh, 100%. You can see anything like stars, whatever. And we're like, what the hell is that? So like we record it, in our cockpit, and we take it back, and they're like, this is Starlink, man. So we get all hyped up. We're like,
Y'all
UFO.
trace back though, like y'all
Yeah,
went
yeah.
to find like where the Starlink sound.
yeah, because we do write it down, like the timestamp of when we
Correct,
saw
correct.
it, and it's just Starlink, man.
Well, my question for you with that is kind of like not really along those lines, but that you mentioned the AVG. What it is the AV?
Yeah, so like you have
The
night
helmet?
vision goggles.
Yeah. But the helmet that y'all wear, what is it called?
It's called a JHMIX. So a joint helmet mounted cueing system.
So like that,
Yeah.
I hear that thing is like a pretty penny, huh?
Oh, dude.
Like-
I mean the F-35s, like the new the stealth fighter.
Mhm.
I don't fly that. I fly the F-18, but I mean their helmets are upwards of like I want to say like 500.
That's what I was about to say,
750,000.
500 to 600,000. Yeah,
Ours are I would say like around 250 to 300. Not
That's
as sophisticated, but
still crazy.
Dude, it's a nice piece of equipment.
Fits your head, like your head on.
Oh yeah,
right?
big time. Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
have to keep that on the whole time, huh?
The helmet itself.
The mask.
I mean, so like that's like a bunch of like aerodynamics type stuff. So like cabin altitude depends on what altitude you are. You can drop it. Get some like I actually recommend it. Like take strategic air breaks. Drop your mask because when you're on your mask, like it's 100% oxygen, which you don't breathe.
Correct.
Like, just walking outside in here.
Like being in a hyperbaric chamber almost.
Yeah, exactly. So
Well,
they actually recommend you take it off.
I asked because you always see those videos where it's like, oh, they have a real F-18 pilot reviewing movies, and in movies they take it off like constantly because they want to show the actor's face when they're talking, and they're always like, there he goes, taking it off in the middle of this or that. So
I
I
don't
was
think you can
wondering.
compare it to like Top Gun or not. Like I think that might be like a little over exaggerated if that's
mean,
what you're
yeah.
doing.
I mean, yeah, that's Hollywood, but
Yeah.
it is true. Like we do take them off, but
Okay.
obviously that's just if we're just just hanging out,
Mhm.
just flying around. We can take it off. But like if we're in combat, like we have our mask on, right? Because we need to be able. Because like the mask, they have like it's obviously our oxygen, right? But it also is like our mic,
Yeah,
right?
communication.
Yeah. So like we want the ability to talk to our wingman or whoever we're flying with. So we don't have our mask on. Like you have no ability to do that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
My thing is like with y'all, whenever y'all up there, you talking about like communicating stuff, the coordination y'all have with everything y'all do. I know it's stupid.
I
Like,
mean, dude, that's just training. It's a lot of
just
training, man.
buku training.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
Like, but like it's almost like a second sense though for you. Like almost like I don't know.
I mean,
like
it's like
chewing
memori-
food. Like I don't know.
It's
You know
like
what I
it's
mean?
like I mean it's like memorizing a script, but the script always changes, right? But like you gotta know what to say. Like words mean things, right?
Mhm.
That's like a big thing that I've learned. Being flying F-18s is like you might have a different community, like flight bombers or something. I don't know. Like I've never flown those aircraft, but that's one thing we take pride in is like like words mean things. Like simple is better, right? You don't want to word vomit over the radio,
Mhm.
and like you just take up all this radio space, and what you just said is confusing. So like there's certain like phraseology like we use, that just mean different things, right?
Right.
It's just like a different lingo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
Well, I'm
yeah.
assuming y'all probably do that too, though, in case if anybody else is like on y'all
Oh
radio
yeah.
frequencies.
Yes. I mean, we use like.
Almost like how they used to use the Nahavo language back in the day.
I mean, like it's like when we fly over the United States, right? Like we just have clear radios. We talk to air traffic control. We can hear other pilots like talk. But like over like when we're doing missions and stuff and training, like we use like secure radio. So like you can't. There's no way for you to like record, like find out like if China's over on the coast, they can't
Right.
figure out what communication frequency we're on, right?
You ever fuck with anybody like while you over like
Nah,
like you
dude.
be flying somewhere, like you see somebody else and be like, I don't know, like maybe like you fly next to like a commercial plane and be like, on your right, coming
Dude,
up
it's
coming up
funny.
behind your six.
We don't do that, but it's funny because like when we're just like flying across the country, like if we're going somewhere for training, exercise or something, we'll be flying and like our call signs are like different. It's not like American 76, 77. It's like like Inferno is like our ATC call sign we use, or like Viper or something like that, something
Right.
like tactical. And like some airlines, they'll be like passing right over 1,000 feet, and they'll see us and they'll hear us on the radio. Like, what's up, F-18 boys? How's it going down there, man? You get like little shout outs here and there. It's pretty
No, that's
cool.
badass.
I've experienced that a couple times, which is, you take pride in it. And it's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Like they recognize it,
You get to be
I
like
mean-
the celebrities of the sky.
I wouldn't say that, but like, probably over half those guys were once flying F-18s or flying,
Right.
some sort of military aircraft.
They had to do that in order to get to the spot where they basically.
Yeah, it's an option. Just with the military experience, it looks good. I would think like on resumes and stuff when applying to the airline. So it's always an option for you.
It's probably
Yeah.
the best path, huh?
Dude, some people like there's a lot of people who don't. Once they're finished with their career in the military, like flying F-18s. I know guys who like retired and they just want to do finance or something.
Right. They tired of being in the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they might go back to it. They always have that that hobby, because it's also a hobby, right?
Well, I guess
Yeah.
what you're saying that though, do you want to bring up like what kind of toll it takes on your body whenever you're doing these type of things? Because like I remember Andrew showing me back in the day, like your videos on Facebook, like if you like.
Oh yeah, the
You know,
centrifuge.
yeah,
Oh, the
yeah, yeah.
G-force.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, yeah.
You going through a G4, yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of the things you do early on to make sure that you can actually like handle
Do it.
Yeah. It's not like I say like everyone in this room can do it right now. It's all like a mental thing too, right? It's not
Right.
just
Probably
physical
we'd
strength.
probably pass out, huh?
Yeah, dude, like I'm not sure if I passed out. I remember, but there's videos of people who've been doing this for a decade and they still pass out.
Yeah.
Especially if you haven't done
Because
it.
they run it till you pass out, huh? Because don't they
No,
want to
no. You don't want to pass out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
You
I was
pass out, like it means you're not qualified. You get multiple shots at it. But like
This
they
dude,
want,
I remember
yeah.
I
watching
thought they were
movies.
trying to see how you handle it. Like,
They
When
want
it
to see your
does hit
tolerance.
Well, yeah, they
Well,
want to see your
it's all
tolerance
about
too, I
technique,
guess.
right?
Yeah.
So like it's about like if, for example, if you're new to working out, right? You're gonna have a coach shows you the form, right? The technique. So like these guys, they're professionals at this, right? They operate the machinery. They're contractors, military contractors, and they so it's called an AGSM, anti-G straining maneuver, and it's like a certain maneuver you do when you're pulling G's in order to not deplete the oxygen from your brain and pass out ultimately.
What?
Yeah. So like
That's
it's
crazy.
Yeah. So like that's the whole goal is to execute that maneuver, and to also learn it because it's the first time I've ever like heard of this, right?
Right.
So like you kind of do like a classroom before like how to do it. You do it without experience in G, like just sitting down here. You practice it, sitting in a chair.
What do they tell? Like,
it's like a
Yeah.
special breathing thing.
Can you set?
Yeah.
Can you tell? Can you like?
I'm
explain-
not gonna do it.
No, I know it's like some like
Yeah, so like
like that type of deal. Like whenever you talking about that, or
Yeah, you want to be able to like take short breaths, right?
yeah,
Like you want to take a breath also in at the same time, right? Short breaths, because if you just breathe out when you're experiencing the G's, you're just gonna pass out.
I'm trying to
'Cause-
think. I'm just trying to. Like, I'm trying to feel like what it feel like.
Yeah, because the blood ultimately when you're pulling G's, right? So like you've been on a roller coaster, you know that initial feeling like when you're on a curve, like your
Yeah.
body's being pressed up against the side. So it's like that. Ultimately, it's like the way G's work is like if, for example, we pull 7.5 G's, that's what the F-18 the G limit is.
Is that like the fastest y'all can go, and that's what it would do if y'all.
That's
did?
the most G's that the aircraft will allow you to do.
Okay.
You can over G an aircraft, which is like bad for like the surfaces. Like you can like damage parts. That's why there's a G limiter in it, so you can't really pull more than 7.5 G's. But the moral of the story is like your body weight. Let's say like average guy is 200 pounds, right? So G's is like your body feels like 7.5 times what your body weight is. So that's like the pressure you're feeling, right? So you got to be able to like keep the blood up in your head by executing the maneuver to not
Correct.
pass out. you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said,
yeah.
look, grab one of those candies behind. Y'all try some of those
Yeah.
candies real quick. That's hell of a spark. That's our boy Brody. He came out with that nutrition gummy, and it's got like 50 milligrams. Yeah, Brody Shreds. Y'all try it out. Y'all taste some. Tell us how y'all like it.
Natural caffeine? Or?
Yeah,
Mhm.
natural. Everything's natural in it.
You want one as well?
Actually, I had one a while ago, but you
I
want to
just had
split
an
one?
energy drink.
You want to split one?
Nah, I just had an energy drink.
I
Man.
know. I
Had a
ate
bang,
so
300
easy.
milligrams.
One,
I don't want to make my heart explode.
All 4.
It's only 50 milligrams of caffeine.
I don't even know what that means.
Like per
I-
I
gummy?
don't
No,
No,
for
the
the
whole
whole thing.
pack. So like
So like
it's
that tiny Red Bull is, I think
200.
90
No, it's 200
for the tiniest Red Bull.
Oh.
It's like 90, so that's
Your,
it
not
tastes
even half
good.
a
Yeah,
tiny
your
Red Bull.
regular average
Yeah.
drink is like 400. Oh, not 400. 200
200.
milligrams of caffeine.
Right, yeah.
So that's only 50. So it's
It's
like
only
a
50. Okay.
fourth of
Yeah.
an energy
Yeah.
drink. Yeah.
Yeah, they taste good.
No, they taste
Oh, it
delicious.
tastes great. Yeah.
Ashwagandha
pretty good.
in it.
Green apple.
Yeah, green apple. I think these gonna come out some more flavors and stuff. But let us know how y'all feel later on.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But getting back to it though, so 7.5 G's, and where you're saying if you go more than that, it starts to damage the aircraft. Like, I'm guessing it just can't take that because
Yeah,
what
like
it's rated
structure,
for.
like structural
Structural,
damage.
yeah.
I mean, it's just like you put too much pressure on something. Like
Push it, it
it's gonna
snaps.
break, right? Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, if you had Nick in there, it'd be 3,000 pounds. and that's just break straight through
Here
it.
we go, gotta go. Yeah. Fat joke. Yeah.
How's that weight loss challenge going, buddy?
But yeah, man, it's you asked about taking a toll on your body, or somebody did. I'm not sure. I think it was you.
I'll take credit for it.
Yeah, you go. But yeah, man, like it's a workout, right? Like so, like we have like our watches, like your Apple Watch can like count your calories and stuff, your heart rate and stuff, right?
Y'all have like a special military watch.
No, I mean these are just like the Garmin watches.
Okay.
Um,
I didn't know if like they might have like
you
some
know,
type of,
yeah, no,
some type of
yeah, yeah.
military contract that came out with a
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
that only y'all get access
yeah,
to.
no, not at all.
Start
man.
typing buttons on it, get in touch with somebody.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's a workout. Like you can go back when I first started flying, just because I was curious. Like I want to like see how many calories I was burning, what was my heart rate, right? 'Cause you care about that stuff too, right?
Mhm.
You don't want to overdo it. But yeah, it's like you're sweating, man. Like cockpit, you have AC and stuff. But like when you get done with the flight, like obviously you're wearing a G suit, you're wearing boots, you're wearing your flight suit underneath all that, you're wearing your harness with all like your flight gear, survival equipment, wearing a helmet, and obviously like when we're doing like dogfighting, right? Like it's a workout. Like when I first started doing it, like I would be out of breath. My instructors, like Top Gun guys, instructed me. They'd be like, "Dude, what's wrong with you, man? Like you need a break or what?" I'm like, "Yeah, I need a break, man." I'm like breathing heavy on the radio, like trying to talk to him,
Well, how do y'all simulate that? Like whenever y'all dogfighting, do y'all have like I don't know, like fake lasers or something that pop out and say like, "Oh yeah, you just got hit" or something?
I mean, so like we have, so obviously like, we have different weapons, right? We have different missiles. Dogfighting's all about air to air, right? So like missiles and the gun as well, because we have a gun, a 20 millimeter cannon. But like the dogfighting thing, so like we have like what's called CATMs. So like they're not the actual missile that can be launched off, but they simulate a real missile, right?
Okay.
So like you pretty much like when you dogfight, right? So like you come into a merge, you merge with the other pilot, right? And then from there, it's just fighting your best 1v1, we call it. So just executing your best basic fighter maneuvering, right?
Mhm.
And so you have these CATMs on your jet, which simulate weapons. So you can pull the trigger, the missile doesn't come off.
But it
But-
simulates it.
Yeah. So like it gives you the symbology on your displays as if you did shoot a missile and he's a bad guy.
So
you
does
don't
he
kill
know?
him.
Like, does he know in air? Like, oh, I've just been hit.
No. So like,
They call it out. Like, hey, you've been hit.
so like we will call our shots like Fox 2, Fox 3. That's like the terminology we use. Fox 2 is like it's called an A-X, which is like a heat-seeking missile. It seeks like heat. So like for example, the engines on an aircraft, right?
Right.
That's why we have flares, right?
Right.
It spins flares to defeat.
Throw 'em out
those
and
missiles.
hit that.
Yeah. And we also have like RF guided missiles, like the AIM-120, which just guides on like anything that's emitting stuff, like any sort of like radio
Oh, I
frequencies.
didn't realize that.
anything.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
realize that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How you get away from that?
that.
You know what I mean? Throw a radio out the
Good luck.
plane.
I think the idea is you don't.
Yeah, good
You
luck,
got
man.
action on CBC ready.
Right.
Toss it out.
Eject, man. You get out of
Start
the
Like-
dropping walkie-talkies.
Yeah, that's what I'm basically saying. Like, fuck.
Yeah, like so, like you'll call your shots on the radio,
Okay.
like to pretty much let him know, like, hey, I just shot you.
Right,
know?
right.
Like do something different, like maneuver your aircraft to try to defeat it, right?
Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to help each other out, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about training, right? Like that's why we always fly with like we call them patch wearers, so guys who went to Top Gun, right? Finish the course, they're instructors now. They've the most qualified F-18 guys that there is, right?
Right.
Level 5, Cat 5, level pilot there. And so like in the debrief can last hours, dude. Like that's the thing is like this career, like you might fly like just because we fly fighters, right? It's like we don't fly for a long period of time. We don't get a lot of flight hours.
Right.
We fly for an hour, but the whole day is like 8 hours because like you prep for the brief, right? You want to come prepared for the brief, go execute the flight, and then you spend 3 or 4 hours debriefing because like that's why we are the best pilots in the world, right?
Like what happened here? Why did it happen like this? And
Exactly.
what
Did you do good? What did you do bad? But majority of it is not what you did good because like nobody cares what you did good, right?
everybody wants?
It's all
Yeah,
about
gotta
what you
fix.
suck. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
I mean, same thing as life, like right, like
Everybody
anything you
wants to
do, and
improve.
yeah, like you look at the end of the day, you don't look at you appreciate the good things you did, whether it's a good deed for somebody or like just at work, right? You know, you made a lot of money that day, right? Cool. But like, what did you do bad? How can you do better tomorrow?
Right.
That's like the whole like mantra of this community. And I'm not sure about the Air Force, but it's something the Navy, it's Top Gun in general, just takes pride in is like tomorrow we will execute the same mission, or later that day we'll do the same thing. Now I want you to focus on these. We call them like big three. So goods and others, right? So good is like things you did good. Others, like I'm with the big three. These are the three things These are the three things I sucked at before this flight. I want you to fix these three things and then come back in the debrief and figure out 3 more things you were bad at.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just like critiquing, man. Like you can watch the aircraft on like computers.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Watch them after too.
Yeah,
even?
yeah. So we can like
Man,
watch.
that's crazy.
So like we can record our displays, and we can also record like our jet, and you can pretty much like watch the whole fight on a computer screen, which is pretty cool.
Look, now you know
Yeah,
where the
yeah,
tax
yeah.
money's going.
Ah.
Yeah, dude.
I mean-
Look, hey, dude, that's crazy though. Like I didn't realize y'all can do that though, cause like that's almost like I don't know, it's the same concept as somebody in the Olympics, Olympic training athlete that's doing the same thing. Like I remember watching a video of the guy that throws javelins, and he like goes on a machine. And he has
Yeah,
a
yeah,
machine
yeah,
that throws it,
Yeah.
and then he has something that's recording him and watching his form the whole time. Right? Goes back and what can I change about my
Yeah.
form?
It's like remember in high school, like playing football, right? Like watching tape, right?
Yep.
Right.
Not only of the team you're playing, right, to figure out their formations or whatever, but it's also figuring out what you guys like film practices, and like like linemen, like you weren't in the right gap here or whatever,
Right.
It's the same idea. It's like recording, your practice, right? Your training.
No, that's
in order-
badass.
Yeah. It's
How
it's
do you-
pretty cool, man.
Do you have any idea like how that even works? Like, I know it's not a guy standing at the bottom of the field, right, with a camera, right?
Yeah, so I mean,
it's
we have,
obviously
like-
not that.
Yeah, we have like a mission card. And
Okay.
pretty much it's like it pretty much
Tracks like a GPS signal or something like that.
not even that, man. It's just like you have overlays and stuff and like this like things that, like you can pull up your aircraft like wherever it follows your aircraft, right? So you have a mission card and like wherever your aircraft goes, like it's tracking like I don't know, man. You
No,
plug in a
yeah,
computer
that's crazy.
after,
Yeah, no.
and like wherever you were in the world, you
So it's
can
like
pull it
from
back up.
satellite.
No, it's just literally like your aircraft. It had I'm sure it has
Yeah.
something to do with GPS.
Like some type of like
Yeah,
signal
yeah.
or something. I'm sure.
I don't know in the weeds, man. That's like
Yeah,
that's outside.
that's like an IT department.
All I know
or
is I
something.
I plug it in, man, and I see myself like, what did I, mess up today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a real question for you. This one's gonna be a hard one. So my question for you is, I want to know what that feeling like is for you whenever you're in the plane, and like it's just you, the plane, and like whatever you're going to do, and like it's time to do what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm talking about game mode. I'm not talking about practice mode. I'm
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
game mode, right? And we gotta talk about what goes on in game
Yeah.
mode, but I want to know what's your feeling? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you nervous? Are you like, hey, it's time to do my fucking job?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's kind of
I think it's all about compartmentalizing, right? We call it like in our bubble, like we'll go to a brief, prepare for like combat or even just like training. I know you said more like combat, like game time, right?
right?
But it's all like game time, right? Like you gotta prepare yourself. Like, after the brief, just in my squadron, right? You'll have people come up and like ask you questions about your other ground job or something, not dealing with piloting. And it's like, leave me alone. I'm in my bubble. I'm getting my mind ready. I mean, like there's a lot of people who have different techniques before they go work out, listen to music. Like, not a lot of people do that, right? It's all about just like you want a quiet spot, you want a quiet space, you want to just chill, go through the motions. You just briefed it. From there, it's just like getting your mind right. It's just preparing. Obviously, like on combat is totally different. You have people hyping you up, pumping you up because you are nervous.
Yeah.
Like I had my first combat flight. I was nervous as hell. But like my skipper, he's been in the Navy for almost 20 years, right? He's already had that experience, right? He knew it was my first flight,
But what are the nerves coming from? Are the nerves coming from, hey, I could potentially get hurt in this, or is the nerves coming from, hey, I don't want to mess up?
I don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
That's just goes back to the training thing we just talked about.
Yeah.
Like you spent, I've been in the Navy for 7 years, and I just became fully qualified a couple weeks ago, right?
Right.
And it's like you're always working on a qualification. Obviously, you're held to that qualification, right? You don't want to lose that qualification. You don't want to lose like your wings, right? So like, all that training you did, like this person's trusting you to carry these bombs, do whatever mission it is to go out there. So like, it's more about messing up. You don't want to be that guy.
Right.
You want to be obviously like you're like. I think that's where the nerves come from. It's not from getting killed, right? Like
Nobody. I'm sure y'all.
No, yeah.
I'm sure like at the end of the day, y'all like think about it, but like that's really like y'all probably like once it's time to go,
Yeah.
y'all not even thinking about that. Like
Not
y'all-
at all, man.
yeah, I
like
know
that,
that.
like that thought. It might like whenever you're already flying and like you're about to fly over like a hostile territory, it
Right.
might like hit you a little bit, but like you're not even thinking about that. You're just thinking about how can I fuck this up. It's like how will I mess this up?
Me personally, I feel untouchable. Like if I was in the F-18, oh man,
Yeah,
so come
yeah.
on, dude. Like let's be real. You're in the F-18,
Yeah, yeah.
you flying over like hostile territory, like you just going so fast. But then like I get it. I know they have like how you're saying heat-seeking missiles and stuff like
Yeah, yeah.
that. So I mean, I'm sure, there is dangers and all, but like I don't know. I just
Hell,
feel
look
like
at this
yeah.
last week. You flying over friendly territory. You might get shot down by your own
I mean,
vehicle.
Yeah.
look, dude. I just imagine myself. I'll be listening to like some Lil Uzi Vert or some Young Thug or no Travis Scott. Travis Scott. That's what it definitely be. Just going and just having them.
Dude, I would say most pilots they're like, I want my quiet. Like I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to my
What-
best friend in my squadron.
I would
right?
almost assume this too. Like I was watching the one F1 drivers. There was the guys who race street bikes, like not street bikes, but the fast motorbikes, like the
Yeah, yeah.
F1 cars or whatever. And they'll just like they'll like get in this daze and they'll be like this, and then they'll just like before a race they'll just be like, yeah, like
they have the track memorized.
yeah,
and they're just
yeah,
running through
they're
it. Yeah,
running through the track.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we call that chair flying actually. It's
So
like,
y'all do it too?
I wouldn't say necessarily before a mission, but like early on in your training, like you'll chair fly, like kind of like go through the comm cadence and stuff like that. Like I said, comm's important, right? Like words
Right.
mean things. So like go through the comm cadence hundreds of times in your head, out loud, talking to a wall in your room, in your office, wherever. And then that way, when it's game time, like you said, like you got to memorize. It's the same
Right.
thing as what you're describing right now. That way, like whenever you know what you're going to go do, there's a certain comm cadence to it. You know what you're going to do, like in order as setting up your weapons, setting up your displays to make sure you can, do
You're
the
locked
right.
in. You're ready.
Yeah,
to
you're
go,
locked in. You're ready to go.
Did you ever did any like y'all do missions and stuff like that like over in the U.S. currently too, right?
Yeah, we do most of our stuff over the water in the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I was about to, because like I was about to make a comment. I know a lot of people like to fly drones and stuff. I wanted to know how that affects y'all, because I know like I heard of some crazy things where somebody flying a drone that they're not supposed to be flying or whatever, and then it ended up being like a military route, and then they have to like
Yeah,
call
yeah.
them out or disable the drone or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like that's more imperative, like over a military base.
Okay,
It's like where we fly in military operating areas. They're designated for military operations.
so
And, like,
basically, like if you have a drone, you can't even fly there anyway.
I mean, yeah, like dude, as soon as like you fly into an area you're not supposed to be in, like
You
you're
can
gonna
fly.
get called
yeah,
out.
yeah.
and then probably intercepted or something. I'm not saying that like an F-16 is gonna intercept a drone. Right?
No,
but yeah.
I'm saying no. Like I'm talking about like on a drone, like as in like it won't even let you fly. Like mine, well, all our drones are GPS like tagged and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So the FAA knows whenever we fly and
Big
whenever
time,
we
yeah.
come down, but like it won't even allow us to go. Like it'll stop my craft.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that stuff, man.
Oh
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it'll
That's
stop
wild.
my aircraft from
So you
going
got
like
like a border. You
yeah,
can't- you
yeah,
can't
like
go
so like
fast.
depending on
That's
what type of
wild. I didn't know
airspace,
about
yeah, depending on what type of airspace you in,
Yeah.
it won't even let you take off. Yeah, you
Wow.
drone. Yeah, I can't even fly the drone some places. Like unless I call the
Yeah, the agency, like
yeah,
whoever it is.
well, yeah, or it's before you fly is the app they use or
The
whatever.
flight plan.
Yeah, and then you end up talking with somebody from the tower, and you find out like, hey, can I fly or whatever? And like I had to do it before, like whenever I went fly around airports and things like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But no, yeah, it's crazy. Like
That's why I didn't know that, man.
I mean, think about it. I mean, like
Yeah.
you could kill somebody doing that. I mean,
100%. Yeah,
you got a drone, and it runs into a
yeah,
whatever helicopter or
right.
plane, whatever the case.
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, going back with I'm sorry, I cut
I mean,
off on.
hey, we're going off on. But I love it though, man. That's good. Yeah.
What's some crazy things that you could talk about that you did so far? Like that was like I would say like your most memorable experiences that like you would take back and be like, damn, that was actually a cool experience that I got to
Yeah.
actually be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's so many. That's the thing with this career, right? Is like,
How
you
to
know,
take
from the-
away from it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, not even involving flying, right? Like, it's just like, getting commissioned as a naval officer. That's like a very heartfelt thing, right? Like, before I joined the Navy, I didn't know a single naval officer at all, right? Just like growing up in South Louisiana, like I said, it's either oil field or like you move away from home and do
There's like
something
a whole different
right?
brotherhood.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that was like a big thing to me, right? I have like generations of family members who served in the military, but none of them were were an officer in the military, right? So that was like a big thing in itself, just getting that accomplishment.
So
done.
you actually are an officer though.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually badass.
Yeah. To be a pilot, you have to be an officer. Obviously,
Okay.
like there's other jobs, in the military, but the only requirement is you have a bachelor's degree, right?
Okay.
It can be in basket weaving. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, he started out as an officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like the benefit of going to college first,
Yeah.
like better pay. You're a leader, right? Like they're trusting you to be a leader, right?
You hear
gotta
that,
lead.
Duncan? You can even be an officer.
I think I'm too old now.
How are you?
31.
You're good, man. You can be a pilot, actually. I think the age cutoff is like 33.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, big time.
They have an age cutoff though?
I don't know why I thought it was
Yeah. I mean,
27.
it's just, when you get older, your body just deteriorates, man.
But like it's like that serious? Like
Oh, big time.
they'll stop you from flying?
No, like you can't apply at that
Can't
point.
apply.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like once
Can't
you
go through
are
training, they're not gonna waste their money to put you.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because I guess like by the time you get through training and everything,
Well,
now you're starting
they
to get
got-
in your
well,
mid
I
to
was about
late
to-
30s.
Yeah, well, I was about to say they done wasted all this money for you to basically be out of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Retire in like 2 years.
I get
Yeah.
the investment purposes. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
did,
get it.
I did my ROTC thing and realized I was too pussy for the military. I was like,
That man said, "No, sir."
I mean, dude, it's not for everybody. But like I said, it's not for everybody, but anybody can do it.
As long as they have the willpower. to
Yeah,
do
the
it.
willpower.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't know what flight school took. I didn't know, what I was getting myself into. But I was like, I want to do that. I want to be that guy on that poster, that video, Top Gun. I want to do that. Not necessarily Top Gun in general, because that's a whole different ball game. But like,
Well, I'm thinking about whenever you say that right now, I've been watching the White House post, like their post on their Twitter or whatever. And dude, they just been posting some
you
crazy
love
stuff.
Twitter.
Huh? No, I love
Oh,
Twitter.
yeah,
I love Twitter. But like, I just see him and like, I'm just thinking like, hey, that might have been Tim that just threw that one off. Like, dude, they just had one where they just going across. And it's like a compilation or whatever, and it's like Grand Theft Auto, and it's like doo 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 doo.
dude, they got no show on that
Well,
page.
no, and then all of a sudden it cuts from that scene, and it's just some of like bombing like the submarine with a bunch of drugs or something on it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, like, hey, Tim might have thrown that bomb.
So
Yeah, just-
what's the difference between being a Navy pilot and an Air Force pilot? Like, how do they decide who's taking what missions and stuff like that?
Dude, now that you say that, it kind of brings us back to earlier. I didn't fully answer your question about like when I first graduated college, if I wanted to become a Navy, like what maybe Navy.
Choose the yeah.
So the thing is, dude, like I was looking at the Air Force, the Army, the Coast Guard, like the Navy. Obviously, like the Coast Guard, they don't have fighter jets, right? But I just wanted to fly because they also have helicopters, C-130s. They have fixed wing aircraft, not just helicopters, right? And the Army, big thing is just helicopters, right?
Yeah, I
And
was about to say
man.
that's all I think about whenever I think of
Yeah.
the Army, like just
Yeah.
helicopter.
Dude, and like actually, like I was, my first choice was the Air Force, but dude, they're so backed up, like the pilot pipeline, right? So like even in the Navy, I was backed up, right? Like you get commissioned as an officer, right? Your next thing is flight school, but there's a year wait of flight school. Like you won't even start training for like a year, and I was like, I want to do it now. Like,
Yeah.
it just goes back to that will, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to sit there and do an office job for a year waiting to start my career, right? So I talked to the Navy, and I was like, yo, like I got my degree, I'm ready to go. Send me wherever. Like I want to start flight school. I want to do whatever. And they're like, all right, cool. Like we got you a spot, in a few weeks. I'm like, all right, give me the papers. I'm ready to sign, man. Yeah, let's get it going. Dude, like the process, like my recruiter, she was awesome. She understood like I wanted to be a pilot, and that was it. Because you also apply for other jobs as well.
You have to. I'm assuming.
So you don't have to. So you can
Okay.
have like if I don't have the grades, because you take a different test to be a pilot, right? A different test than the ASTB or like the whatever the test is to just qualify for jobs.
The ASVAB thing?
The ASVAB.
Yeah, the
yeah,
ASVAB, yeah.
Yeah, the ASVAB. And so you can put like I want to be a pilot first. I want to be like a Navy SEAL second. I want to be like an officer on a ship third.
Everybody, it was funny though that you say that. I bet you like out of like, let's say they do. This is just a random number. Let's say they do 1 million recruitments
Yeah,
or whatever, like paperwork in a year.
Right, yeah.
I bet you out of that 1,999,000 say U.S. Navy SEAL on it. Like, you know what I'm
Big
saying?
time, dude.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, I can almost guarantee.
Dude,
But
that's-
that takes it back to what you're saying. Like, you think you're going to do this, but you're really going in and you're going to do that.
Yep.
Cause like I hear that all the time, man. Like
It's
I had
crazy.
a buddy from back at home. He went into the Army, and I'm thinking, or no, he was actually in the Air Force. You know what he did in the Air Force?
What's that?
Fucking operate a fucking like crane or something like.
Yeah.
Like just like something like that. And I was
Something you can
on
just
the
do
ba-
in a basic-
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
would, that would be my fear if I was going to like try to be a pilot and then you end up being, I don't know what they're called, but the guy waving the little lights for the pilots to come in.
Oh, like the guys, they're like our guys on the carrier where they tell you where to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's
Yeah,
probably.
we call them yellow shirts. Yeah, yeah.
It's,
okay,
it's,
I was about to say, I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah.
they have important job, but now he just made it sound like this.
I'm not trashing on these. I'm not
You know?
trashing on these jobs. I'm just saying, like, if
No.
you wanted to be a pilot and then ended up doing that, you'd probably be upset.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know.
but that's just the difference. Like those guys, they don't have a degree. They're not officers. They're
Oh,
enlisted,
okay.
right? So that's a totally different path.
It's grunt work.
I wouldn't necessarily say
I'd say
grunt
grunt
work,
work.
right?
They
'Cause,
gotta
like,
still be smart. I'm assuming.
oh,
you
big
know?
time.
I mean, dude, they're trusting you to tax around an $80 million.
Yeah, yeah,
Aircraft on an aircraft carrier, right?
yeah.
You know, so it's. I mean, it just goes back to the training, right? But who knows? That person might not have wanted to do that, right? They might have wanted to do something else. Again, it
Might
just
be
goes
scared
back
of
to that thing.
flying.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure. But anyways, yeah. So I was like, I only want to be a pilot. Like, number one option, only option is pilot.
You
right?
probably are pilot.
Yeah, just pilot, man. There's just one option. That's all I want to do. She's like, all right, cool. So anyways, you know, she sent my stuff up like not even a week later, dude. She was like, all right, I got you a spot at OCS, which is like where we do our 12-week boot camp for officers, right? So you can go to college for ROTC and like get your school paid for, and like once you get out of college, like you are an officer. Or you can go to college first, like at my school or Nichols, you know, wherever, and then you go to OCS for 12 weeks, and that's how you earn your commission. So that's when you're an officer at that point. And but then I had a hiccup from that point. So like I had some medical stuff come back to bite me from high school. And so I sat around for about 8 months or so waiting to let go. So I was like, here I am, you know. I want to get going, and now like medical is holding me up, right? But got through all that stuff, and then I was there, man. And that was like the time of grind, right? I was like, all right, I'm here. Which is kind of like nerve-wracking too, because it's like, you know, you're all hyped up, you know, for this certain thing, you know, this job. And like now it's like you're there. Like I'm in Pensacola, Florida now, like starting flight school. I'm like, oh shit, like it's real. Like, and then obviously like you have different aircraft you can fly in the military, right? Or the Navy specifically. You have helicopters, P-8s, which is like a 737, like commercial airliner, but they do like more submarine style, like hunting and stuff. I'm not sure. I don't know all the ins and outs of that job, but it's a different aircraft, and you have fighters.
Okay.
And so like depending on how well you do, matters if not you even like are qualified to like even apply to get fighters. So you have to work your tail off in flight school in order to get the option to even put F-18s down as an option, right? So
Damn.
so like I also now that stress started, right? Now
Yeah.
I'm here, and now it's like, okay, cool. Now and if I want to fly F-18s, I gotta like work my ass off now in order to get to that, right?
Well,
There's always levels. To
Yeah,
it.
that's
dude, it's
It's
never, it
never
never
ending,
stops,
never
dude.
ending.
Which is cool because like
Yeah.
you want that, right?
Yeah, competitive.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think
you
everyone
gotta
want that
competitive
drive,
sense.
right?
You know.
well,
yeah.
I guess that would
That's-
also add to the fact of what makes us to be the best of the best, right?
Yeah.
You only having the best of the best that's
Right.
gonna make it to that point,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Or the most determined.
Yeah. But dude, I compare it to any job. Like, you know, to get where you are at right now, to get where to your like everybody in this room, right? Like you had to like the next step. What's the next step to get me to where I want to be, right? It's small steps, right? You might take a hit on the chin, but like ultimately this is gonna get me to where I need to be, right?
Do so like I was talking about earlier, I watched the movies and all, and what you're saying, like these different things on the ship. Do y'all have like ever like just like some like funny shit that goes on while y'all on the ship, like as far
Oh,
as like
yeah.
just jargon as compared to being like a actual part of the Navy and then
I
flying?
mean, they're in the Navy. We know
Yeah.
they get up to funny shit on the ship.
You got jokes, man. He said that joke earlier too. I don't know. He's on one. Dude.
funny shit on the ship. What you saying?
Yeah, explain yourself. What's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah, what-
Hey, do they still have Don't Ask, Don't Tell? I don't know if I could say that.
Never heard of it.
Tell him, like fuck your jokes.
My brother's Army. I have to say something.
Oh yeah, he hit a shot. Yeah. Hopefully his brother's watching.
No, but for real though, like you were saying, like it's almost like they there to like do y'all job, or whatever. I'm sorry. They there to make sure that y'all can do y'all job successfully.
Yeah.
So like, is there anything like y'all ever fuck with each other or anything? Like that's what
Oh,
I mean.
I mean, yeah. Like hopefully, like you have that relationship with like the guys who are working on your aircraft.
Correct.
You know, it's like the car. Like you bring your car to an auto shop, right? You hope that person does what they need to do, because like, especially in a fighter, right? Like I don't know, man. Like not only are we flying, but we're also like going over enemy territory or like hostile territory, and like you better hope that guy, did his job,
shit.
right?
Tim
So, like,
walking out on the deck. Hey, bro, you made sure you got that bomb strapped on, right? You loaded it.
You had to do the same kind of boot camp as regular Navy soldiers, or
no, I mean, it's like more officer like leadership oriented.
Okay.
So like being able to, show that you will be a good leader, as well as be good at your job. Yeah. So I mean, it's totally. I wasn't in boot camp, but I'm sure it's different in that aspect of like leadership, being like like the guy in charge, right?
I actually didn't know. I thought everybody had to do the same.
Yeah, so like Navy basics up in like Great Lakes, it's like in Chicago area, I think, and then our training's out in Newport, it's in Rhode Island. So totally different place. I think different time. I think ours is 12 weeks. Theirs might be a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. I'm not sure, but yeah, totally separated. So like you have the enlisted guys straight out of high school, not even guys out of high school, but just guys who just are tired of their job. They want to join the military, right? Like I said, you can join at 31, right? It doesn't matter how old you are.
Well, it does matter how old you are. 33 is the cutoff age.
Yeah. But I mean, I think like enlisted, like even there's other jobs as an officer that you can get up to like, I know a girl that I was at OCS with, and she was 40
Oh, really?
and getting commissioned as an officer. She's like a supply officer, not a pilot, right? But like the opportunity's there. Like, if you get tired of, you're not successful at what you're doing, you just give up, or you want something different,
No, that's actually badass.
Yeah.
So what are some of the paths? I know you mentioned, Top Gun, there's things like Blue Angels, things like that. What are some of the paths that you can do moving forward?
Yeah, so like right now, it's like considered my JO tour, right? So junior officer tour, it's like when you first finish getting your like basic qualification, you get sent to the fleet in a deployable squadron, right? So like I just did my first deployment, just got back last June. It was a 9-month deployment on the carrier out in the Middle East, and so after that, so it's 3-year orders, right? So I have to do that job for 3 years in my squadron, the VF-81 Sunliners, right? And after that, you pick orders of what you want to do for your shore tour, which is like non-deployable.
Dude, y'all call us and like y'all like just like y'all signs and shit. It's so fire. Like what you said, the 189 Sunliners,
the VF-81 Sunliners.
The VF-81 Sunliners. Like,
yeah, so every squadron has like it's like a mascot, right?
Right.
I mean, not necessarily a mascot. There's no mascot for a Sunliner, right? It's just like an emblem, right?
Mhm.
It's like right here. It's like a mock wave.
Well, if you want to bring that out, I mean, we can show that. I mean,
Yeah,
you want to
yeah,
throw that
sure.
out? I'm ready to check it out because I didn't
Yeah,
really get to
what's
check it
this?
out too much.
Couple gifts for the guys.
Oh,
Got some patches. Like these are obviously our shorter patches. Like anytime, any place. It's kind of like our slogan. Like anytime, any place. Like we're showing up, right?
Back up so the mic
Back
can
up a
hear
little
you.
bit.
Yeah. So like here's our shoulder patches. Like our like I said, we're the VF-81 Sunliners. Anytime, any place is kind of like our mantra, right? So anytime, any place, like we'll show up, right? We're there,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I got some patches.
Hell yeah. I know exactly where
Shoulder
these are
patch,
going
chest
on.
patch.
I collect
Got some for you,
patches, so
Bryce.
this is
don't worry.
awesome.
Bryce is like, where's mine?
No, I don't worry about that. He'll be hooking me up.
He's like,
behind
hey,
Tim
look,
be
man.
hooking me behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's like, Tim, man, Tim, my boy, he's coming to my house later.
Trust me, I've been to like almost all of his major accomplishments.
Got some T-shirts for the boys too. Kind of like just like our logo on the front, and then obviously on the back,
which is
got the
fire.
Super Hornet, right?
And then
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna help y'all out, and I'm gonna throw this out for y'all too. Do y'all have anywhere that people can buy them online, or no, nothing like that?
I would
yet?
say like hit me up.
Hit you
Like,
up.
We can get my Instagram or something.
All right, yeah. Well,
throw
at
that
the
in
end of
at
this
the
podcast, we gotta
Yeah.
throw in Tim's Instagram anyway. Like
We also got our squadron Instagram too.
even that
You can
too.
hit them up. Obviously,
Yeah.
like we'll hook you guys.
Because
up.
I follow
Yeah,
your
yeah.
squadron's Instagram. Hey, they post some fire shit. Well, Drewski's the one that put me on it.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, he showed me.
Yeah, got one for you too, man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Yeah,
Hopefully, extra
fire.
large fit you.
Oh, yeah, that's actually my size. That's perfect.
Cool. Yeah,
I
man.
might trade with you because I don't know. I might like the white more than the blue.
Is that extra large?
Yeah, they're both extra larges.
It's trade.
It's the
I'll get
same.
this one
It's the
dirty.
exact same symbol and everything on them.
exactly. Yep, same
Yeah.
thing. Yep.
I like white a little bit more anyway. This is fire.
Yeah.
So the camera can see it. And if y'all buy from them, it goes to a pretty good cause.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Who said Sunliners, huh?
Who said?
Yes, sir.
It's actually a funny thing. Anytime somebody says Sunliner, like the whole squadron's supposed to. If you were once in the squadron,
Who
you're supposed
said?
to- Who said? Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like a big thing. It's like a war story from I think like the Gulf War or something. Something happened, and that's what it became like the the slogan, you know.
Well, I've been seeing some crazy, like there's a lot of crazy things that go into, I would say, just the history of this stuff. Like I was reading something the other day, an article, Morgan Freeman. So he wears the gold earrings in his ears. You know why he wears those 2 gold earrings in his ears?
'Cause he's a pirate.
Well, old sailor tradition of like in the
Interesting,
whatever
yeah,
you was
yeah.
in the Navy or whatever. It was actually from the Navy. I'm pretty sure they would wear enough gold in their ears to be able to pay for if they had a funeral wherever they were at.
Oh, yeah.
out
I
at
was
sea.
joking about the pirate thing, but that's
No,
what
yeah,
that is.
yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
That's
crazy.
That's what
yeah.
I if it's true or not. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Y'all be the fact checkers on
Right,
it.
yeah.
I ain't gonna say it's 100%
Yeah,
fact or
yeah.
anything, but so I'm sure they probably got
Yeah,
some
yeah.
things like that y'all
Yeah, yeah.
I heard
100%.
that too, like back in the day.
Yeah.
Did that,
Yeah.
But you were saying about Top Gun and
Yeah. So you can like after those 3 years, you become you go on your short tour, right? Which is like usually 2-year orders, and you do something different. You're not deployable. You can stay. You can become an instructor, right? Instruct like the new guys that are new to flying the F-18. Top Gun, right? Which you got to apply to. You got to rush it. You got to work your ass off to get that, right? Because that's no joke. you know?
Everybody wants to be the top guy.
Yeah. I would say, like, for example, I'm not choosing that path, right?
Mhm.
But it is a cool path, right? Like, if you want that life, become a master tactician of like F-18 tactics, right? That's the path you choose. You could also become a Blue Angel, right? I'm actually applying right now, actively applying, which obviously is the selection process is, you go through, like, you rush air shows. It's kind of like rushing a fraternity, right? So like you go to these air shows, you hang out with them.
They kind of said they want to be.
Yeah.
If they want to be.
Yeah, because you
hang out
have
with
to be with these guys for you have to like it's pretty much like you're deployed, right? You're in the United States because like you're going 300 plus days a year at different air shows, right? And you are the face of the Navy, right? You're
That's pretty much what the Blue Angels are, right?
yeah, exactly, yeah. So you gotta be a good dude. You gotta be good at flying. Those guys fly 18 inches apart. That's tight, dude.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess so. And I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure you also
Yeah.
gotta be able to speak well.
Right.
You're around kids all day.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Make sure you're a good example, a leader,
100%.
like
yeah.
you're saying. So
Yeah.
sure, that probably is a pretty
Yeah.
hefty.
I mean, it's only
selection.
6 pilots, and you have, a few hundred applying. Like it's selective. So like you rush these shows.
That's crazy.
And then you go and do actual interviews, in-person interviews with like the Blue Angel boss, which is like the number 1 guy, the skipper of the squadron, and all the other pilots just sitting in a room. I'm not sure how it goes. I haven't done it yet, and they're interviewing you, like asking you real questions. Like,
Oh yeah, that's
about
something that
your
you could be
past.
nervous for.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, just thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, it's an elite group of people, right? It's tough.
I would say one of the elitist group of people in
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
world,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like there's only like a handful of like what I would say like what you said earlier, the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah, I was like 1%. 1% percent of the population joins the military. The 1% of the military has this job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also becoming a Blue Angel. Now you're talking probably I don't even know how many decimal places.
That's the
places,
most like yeah.
0.00001%. Like
That's crazy.
So it's options like that keep you. We talked about earlier. There's always something you're working for, right? You're not just an F-18 pilot. You want to work become a Blue Angel, go to Top Gun, But also, like, not everyone wants to do Top Gun. I know you said that earlier.
Yeah.
It's like not everybody wants that life, right? Somebody might have 2 combat deployments and they might want to break from, like, working their tails off.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, is there ever a point that you could see in your foreseeable future where you just be like, I don't know. I know you have a wife.
Yeah, I have a wife, 1 kid. She's almost 2.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
didn't even
yeah.
realize.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I didn't even realize you had a kid and
Oh, yeah,
everything
big time.
too.
Yeah. She's almost 2.
Okay.
And I have another kid on the way too. My wife's currently pregnant.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have a little boy due in August.
Hell yeah.
And so like
You
that
probably
first-
pumped out.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little Timmy running around.
Yeah. Gotta carry on the legacy.
Yeah.
I know
Exactly.
you too. Well, you
Yeah,
too.
he's-
You
he's
got
got
one.
another
I
one.
got
You
another
got-
one on the way.
You got a boy too.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Doing 2 months, huh?
Yeah.
Well, y'all
Yeah,
both
another
got.
one on the way.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's gonna be crazy.
Boy
Hey,
and
y'all
girl,
better- y'all-
boy and girl, opposites.
Well, yeah, I
That's
know, but
crazy.
what I was about to say is they can't be friends. They gonna be getting into trouble and stuff. Getting older and stuff.
Nah, we don't need to talk about that. But yeah, man, like like I said, she's 2, right? I deployed, a little over a year ago. So I was gone I left when she was 6 months old, so that was really tough.
Yeah,
right?
I was about to say.
I've always wanted a kid, right? And like we had her, and boom, I had to leave. I missed like her first steps, her first words. Like, luckily, like now with like FaceTime and stuff, and the boats have Wi-Fi, not great Wi-Fi. And obviously, if you're
They don't
like
put Starlink on that thing at least for y'all?
dude, there's actually a funny story about that. Is people got in trouble for installing Starlink on a destroyer without like letting anybody know.
I remember that.
Really?
It
Which
was
is
on
like so the
news.
big thing I'm trying to get at here is like you have like Wi-Fi, but when you're in like a hostile territory,
You don't
like
have.
they shut off everything, right?
Yeah.
That way, like you don't have emissions, like phones and just whatever. Email, even like email, you can't email.
Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
like I would assume that like hackers and other foreign
Oh, big
threats
time.
they'll
Yeah,
be able
yeah.
to like get into your phone while you talking
I mean,
about.
you best believe it because we're doing it to them. They're gonna do it to
Correct,
us. Like,
correct,
yeah, they're not
correct,
idiots, So,
correct.
but yeah, like being able to FaceTime and stuff was nice. But that was like one of the toughest things. And like another thing is like before like I went on combat missions was like, like I gotta think about who I'm doing it for, right? Obviously, I do it for everybody in this room, right? That's like the goal, right?
Which
Um,
I actually, and I'm surprised we have never even said this yet. Thank you for your
I
service.
appreciate you guys.
By the way,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah.
horrible thing that we have
Yeah.
not thanked him for his service being on the podcast. But
Yeah,
thank you for your service,
I appreciate it.
absolutely.
Thanks for the support. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that is honestly like you
Yeah.
got people don't realize that, but like at the end of the day, you really are putting your life up for us.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, no, I
So,
appreciate it. And
That's like a serious thing that
yeah,
is like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people won't really catch the reality of that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And I just want them to know how serious that is.
Yeah.
Because it is a serious thing. So like you're thinking of, you just said you're doing it for all of us, but then
right.
you also have a baby, another one on the
Yeah,
way,
exactly.
and a wife at home.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. And the goal is to get back home, right? That's like
Correct.
our skipper. Like when we, on our last deployment, I think it was 54 straight days of combat operations. The same thing they're doing out there right now, with Iran. And it's like his big thing before, like we had like a meeting with like the whole squadron, right? About 200 of us, right? Even like small meetings with just the pilots. There's 13 of us on deployment. I think 13 or 14. And like his big thing is like get home safe. That was like the big thing. Like it hits hard, dude. Like
Yeah.
especially I'm not saying if you because not everybody has a wife and a kid at home or a husband and kids at home. Like you have family members, you have friends, friends come back home, whatever. Is like I want to go home and see them, right? So like big thing was get home safe. Whether it's thought of getting shot down or just something tragic happening on a ship, right? Because not the best life out there.
No, I was about to say,
Yeah.
Probably
not-
hard
Yeah,
sometimes.
terrible food. You're sleeping in bunks. Like for 9 straight months, dude. It's like the grind, dude.
Well, I've been seeing all the videos recently, obviously, because we are kind of going in. You just mentioned it. We in some tussles with Iran and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was seeing a lot of people, like how you said, they post things and they start spreading fast. They was all posting plates on carriers of like they had crab and steak or
Dude,
something
that's
like
like a
that.
big thing. It's
I
actually,
was like-
no. It's funny, dude, because like the food. I'm telling you, like especially like month 7, like month 6, month 7. At first, like you're getting the best food on the boat, right? Because they have to supply us, through other ships,
Mhm.
whether it's gas or food, like whatever things you need to survive,
Right.
And like month 6, month 7, dude, it's just like hot dogs, undercooked chicken, like just nasty stuff.
Whatever
the same
you
thing,
get.
grilled chicken every single day, every single meal. And like we're on a weird schedule, so like we never ate breakfast. Like we would wake up, the pilots, we would wake up at noon, and we wouldn't go to bed till 4 a.m. Because like most of the operations we were doing were at nighttime, right?
Yeah.
Of course, they're at night. Like during the
Stealth.
day, you can see somebody. Like,
Right,
there's
yeah.
an F-18 up there.
Yeah.
It's like at nighttime, like we turn off our lights, like everything.
Well, also that would be another question too for you is do y'all paint them like black too?
Oh no,
blend in with the
they're,
sky?
they're gray.
They're gray?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
They're gray. Yeah, they're gray.
I didn't know if like y'all like you know what I mean? Like
No,
they
no,
don't
yeah.
camouflage them at all.
No,
No?
I mean they're very hard to see. Like,
You're not just
Even
spotting
like
an
a
F-18
dark
at
night
night.
sky because it's kind of gray, like at
Yeah,
night, right?
I mean you
The
can't.
sky is.
I mean I would imagine. I've never seen one at nighttime from 30,000 feet up. Like,
But I mean, if you look at the sky, it's kind
Well,
of
especially when probably
But I'd
going
also,
also
imagine
like
if
at
they
like
went black
Yeah.
during the day, it'd be extra visible.
Oh, yeah,
but
but
gray
Well, no,
could
well, I'm
still
saying
be.
I'm talking about like with him, what speeds y'all fly at? Like,
it varies, man.
no,
I mean,
all right. Let's say you're going super fast.
yeah,
What
yeah, yeah.
speed would you be going at?
Probably like Mach 9 or something.
Okay, so you're
but,
going
yeah.
Mach 9 and you look up. You ain't seeing that in the nighttime.
Oh, not at all.
No,
How
that's what I'm
fast would
saying,
Mach
like-
would Mach 9 be in like miles per hour?
It all depends. Like it's all like, I would say like probably like 400 or 500. Yeah.
No, I thought you was gonna say like 500 or 600.
I mean, it depends. So, like up at altitude, like you don't have to be going that fast, miles per hour wise,
In order to get that
in order
fast.
to get that Mach. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like for example, like if you're lower in altitude, like you're gonna have to go faster in order to get that Mach. So like probably like closer to 500-600, like when you're down lower.
But that's what y'all really like classified as like Machs or whatever, right? And y'all don't really go by miles per hour anyway.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's actually knots is what we use.
Knots.
Yeah, it's actually knots, which is like 1.1 knots is like 1 miles per hour. So like a knot's actually faster.
Yeah.
No, so if you're going like 350, it's actually 400. You know,
Okay.
You can use like a speedometer. You know,
Right,
kind of
right.
thing. Yeah. Forgot where we were at.
He asked about why y'all can see it or why daylight operations and
Oh,
why
yeah,
y'all
yeah.
do it at night.
Yeah, I mean night. Yeah, I mean we turn off our lights. You know, like we can't see us in the sky. You know, I mean, yeah, it was just
I got
me from seeing you.
Well, I got a good one. This is actually like a little conspiracy theorist type deal, but
Here we go.
here, I gotta
It's
ask
always
it.
got to come
Well,
at some
I
point.
gotta ask it. So
How many of those girly drinks you had?
No.
We're
I
hitting
gotta
conspiracy time.
ask this. I gotta ask this. So they said back in the day, whenever night vision came out, it was really red. Whenever it first came out, but they said like they had fighter pilots that was wearing the things, and they was like starting to like shoot at random shit in the sky and shit. Like supposedly like they were seeing like demons and shit. Like because the red thermal vision was able to pick up that or something. Look, dude, this is just this is the conspiracy shit.
No.
That worked for this
I've
guy.
I've never seen nothing.
I heard that. I did.
He went too deep on Twitter.
Yeah, I see
You-
Nick
you don't
last
know
week
the
on
half
Twitter.
of it, man.
So look,
I try not to get
look.
too
By the
deep
way,
into that stuff.
we didn't really introduce Bryce well enough. So Bryce is with. I'ma fuck it up. So you go ahead and say it.
Southern Home Improvement. Look at that.
Southern
and
Home
maintenance.
Improvement.
Good friend.
I would hope
Yeah,
you
yeah,
would
yeah.
know it. I mean, all right. So Southern Home Improvement
Yeah.
and out of Berwick, not
Berwick,
Patterson.
yeah.
Bryce also, I would say, look, you would like some conspiracy
Yeah,
theories
yeah,
too.
go ahead.
Come on, you along the same lines as me. Look, Bryce was talking about he had some antiques and stuff. I'm over here saying, look, he's like, hey, bro, I got some green glass that glows. And he's like, some uranium. I'm like, ain't that toxic? Like I was like, I watched enough cartoon shows.
That's like nuclear stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's I watched enough cartoons to know, hey, green toxic. You know what I mean? Stay away if it glows.
Yeah, I mean, back then it was believed to be like healing properties and stuff. You know, that's why they didn't put it in.
What's that one? The Fiesta red plates or whatever. It's these old plates that you see on collector shows all the time, and it was painted in a color called Fiesta red.
Wait,
back
why
in
you
the
saying
50s.
Fiesta though? Are we being
That's
racist
just-
right now?
no,
Just
it-
because
that-
his last name is Benedetto.
I didn't know that was his last name.
It's
But
Italian.
It's a specific paint.
Totally off. Totally
Okay.
off. I thought you were trying
This
to
is a racist one now, dude.
Hey, I guess you're right.
But that's just the name of the paint. But they had I think it was uranium in it or something. So now at trade shows you can get it, and they'll do the Geiger counters. Like you see it on Pawn Stars and stuff.
Well, I mean, that's what I was actually
Yeah,
interested.
you got to
in
do a
'cause-
black light and then it glows.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was interested just because I'm also into like antiques and shit. And all. I know you say you've been collecting like a lot of shit like that, doing some of the construction projects and shit that you've been doing. So like, with some cool shit you came
During a
across?
lot of demolitions and stuff, like we come across a lot of antiques that old people collect and stuff. Like a lot of old houses, they'll get dilapidated and stuff, and then we'll go in and just check out everything inside before we demolish, because you never know what they have inside. So we came across this house in Homa, and
Especially the
like,
old houses. Like the old house.
yeah,
You never
bro,
know.
Like
Bro.
some older people are antique collectors, you
Or
know, so-
hoarders that you don't even
Hoarders,
realize.
yeah,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
are the ones. They have like a big collection of stuff, you know. And it's
Well,
just,
they don't even realize what they have too. Sometimes I would say a lot of the time, huh?
I mean, it depends, you know. They don't realize the worth now because they just collect this for so long, and then now the worth is like astronomical, you know.
Right.
Especially
Yes.
uranium glass and stuff. It's, you know, especially if you have a big collection, you know.
You even got to be careful digging around here. When we dug out the pool at my parents' house, we found all sorts of like old china and bottles from the Civil War and stuff like that, and we found a femur, like sawed down.
There you go. Graveyard.
Well, it's
Jeez.
the church right there was a field hospital during the war,
Wow.
and they said that looked like it was sawed, and it was probably an amputation,
Yeah.
and they just chucked it in the ground somewhere.
And that was like my buddy, and right there, right past Pointville, they had a old it was something to do with the like during one of the wars that they had, and it was like some type of native burial ground. So like every now and again in his yard,
Mm-hmm.
like they would just be cutting the grass, and all of a sudden you hear something hit the lawnmower. It's a grave that literally is popping up
Jeez.
out of the ground that just randomly pops up because of like all the humidity and condensation or whatever.
South
The
Louisiana.
water is
South
gonna
Louisiana,
melt,
Louisiana,
the
the
making it
water's
water
gonna
rise.
come
Correct,
up. Yeah.
correct. So like
Jeez,
they just
man,
got like hidden
morbid,
grays.
dude.
Yeah, crazy. Shit's wild.
Well, it was in Norfolk, and we was doing a pipeline over there back when I did construction and stuff like that. But we found like bottles and stuff from like a old like there was an old I guess during war times there was like an old like nurse, and they had like old bottles of like liquids and stuff that for hospitals and stuff. Yeah.
Like the little like little fluid
Fluid bottles,
yeah.
like of all kinds of
like
stuff.
little tinctures and shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Like poisons and all kind of crazy stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy. But we was like,
Tinctures. That's a big word for you,
Yeah.
Nick.
Dude, you and Brad, y'all look.
Nick went
Brad
to
said,
college, you know.
Brad said something the other day because I said some word. I forgot what word I used. You remember? Oh no, vindicated.
vindicated.
I believe.
Yeah, but then like an hour later you said Serapunctious or
No,
something
it was-
serendipitous.
Yeah, no. He was like, oh, all right, say another big word.
Give me
And
that
I
word
was-
in a sentence,
yeah,
please.
No, he was like, give me another big word. I was like, all right, I was like serendipitous or something like that. It was really serendipitous. But I don't know. I was just on the spot. But y'all motherfuckers, dude, if I'm talking or whatever, I read every now and again. I know a few words.
Yeah, read a book, man.
Yeah,
You can read
yeah,
it.
I
Read a
read it.
book.
I read every now and again. But where I would say where would be like one of the craziest places you had got to visit, just doing what you're doing that you would say would be the coolest to you? Because like honestly, I feel like Egypt and all of that type of area and shit like
Yeah.
that. I think that shit's cool as shit. And then like you told me earlier, like
Yeah.
you was already at Norway.
Yeah, dude.
Like I think that's fucking
Traveling and
badass.
stuff was probably
Dude,
awesome.
Yeah,
oh, big time.
like-
It's like when a carrier deploys, right? Like you pull into ports every now and then because you also do like training with NATO, right? That way, like if we go to war, like World War III or something, we know how to train with those guys, right? That way, it's not the first day we're doing training with like,
People from Switzerland.
yeah, exactly, or Norwegians,
Yeah.
And so like my coolest port call was Norway by far. We got to pull into Oslo, which I think is their capital, and dude, just like different people, obviously like people there spoke English pretty clearly, which is like the biggest worry for me is because like I'm gonna sit down at a restaurant and like not know what to say, like to start pointing at stuff.
Well, how was the food?
Oh, dude, it was great.
Really?
Yeah, seafood was great. It's all fresh. It's like right there in the water.
Wait, this was where?
Norway.
Oh, in Norway. Okay.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
Norway.
actually making me want to go to Norway. Like,
Dude,
I want
I've
to go
always
there
been
so
a big
bad.
Switzerland guy. Like, I want to go to Switzerland. I want to go
Yeah.
snowboarding. But like now, you're making me kind of want to go to Norway
dude,
too.
Norway's
I
sick.
know what's up there with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like right next to Switzerland, like just to the west. And dude, we got to like spent like 4 nights in Oslo, just like experiencing their culture, drinking their drinks, like it was incredible. Like the people were so friendly. They loved us. That's what's also cool about deployments. Like you see all the news, and stuff like, NATO hates America. Like I would definitely not believe that, like as long as like what was good was like talking to them, being genuine, and like we're not the bad guys. Like,
Right.
we're here for you guys. You guys are here for us. Let's like come together and and do what we have to do. Even like just civilians, not even just the military there. But then we got to go on a detachment, which is like where we sent like a couple F-18s to a Norwegian Air Force base. We got to train with those guys, which is awesome, dude. Like two different sides of the world, right?
Do they
we're
have like
training.
their own type of planes too? Like how
They
we
fly
have-
F-35s.
Okay.
So they
so-
bought the F-35s from us, Lockheed Martin,
okay.
which is like the newest stealth fighter that we have besides like the F-22, right?
That's who it is. That's who like is. You said Lockheed Martin. I only know that that's like a big military contractor, right?
Yeah, big American military contractor.
And they sold to
we sold them
Norway.
to Norway.
Norway.
Yeah.
And this is all joint training with NATO or with Norway specifically?
So it's all considered NATO, but
So-
this was Norway specifically.
So what's the NATO training? Like they get in trouble and then they go, call the Americans. We need money. Make them do it.
No. It's just like
Golly.
right place. It's all scheduled like in advance. Like we had a scheduled port call to Norway. We had a scheduled detachment where we went and trained with the Norwegians. That way, they're up to speed on our tactics. We're up to speed with them. Let's combine it and figure out how to do it together, right?
I'm guessing that you probably don't have those type of relations with like Russia and China or
Of
North
course.
Korea. You know what I mean? Hey, that would be badass.
That one
though,
was
like,
not on the list.
no, but like, look, wouldn't that be badass? Like if you like went to Russia, like got to train with like how they whatever they fucking train, like in the snowy mountains, the top or whatever. You know what I mean?
Isn't
Like
Russia's technology like super far back by this point compared to us?
I mean, I would consider it just from what I know. Like,
I'm just talking about. I was just talking about terrain. That's all I was.
oh, I mean,
like
yeah,
like
I mean,
just
but
being in that
Norway was
terrain.
the same thing.
Same
Norway's
shit.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It was cool. Like it was
Like
snowing.
you being in the Arctic.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it was snowing. We got to fly at nighttime. We saw the northern lights like while flying, which is super. I got cool
What?
pictures. Oh, big time, dude. That was.
Oh, dude,
that
that's
was a
what I'm
highlight.
talking.
That's got to be one of the sickest
Dude, that
things.
gotta be
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
While
yeah.
sickest
you're
things.
flying,
This
while
probably
you're
sounds-
flying,
Why
to,
you
like,
flying?
probably sounds
Yeah.
You're
dumb,
looking at it
but
straight. You're not looking up. You're looking
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
could you fly through like the northern lights? Like how high is it? I
mean,
don't
dude,
know how that
couldn't-
works.
I mean, I think it's like way.
Well, he
Oh,
just
it's way,
Tim
way
was
high?
like,
But it
oh, well, you
feels
see,
like-
if you take the right angle of action of the light, and you know,
So that's what I
like,
was
what are we
wondering.
talking about?
Is it something you can only see from down
No,
here?
it's like
if
a
you're up-
rainbow, fool.
I mean,
I would assume.
I don't know.
you look at it, it seems like it's like right there, but like you would never get to it. You know,
Yeah.
it's just one of
Yeah.
those, like, it's literally like a rainbow.
Like a rainbow,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I've never looked
Never
into the
get to the end of
science
the
of the
rainbow.
northern lights. I don't know.
All I'm thinking of is just like lights, and you never get to. You can never reach the end of a rainbow. That's taught to
Unless you're in a
kids.
spaceship.
poetic, man.
probably.
I mean, I don't. Look, I don't. All I know is that light. Well, actually, I lied though, because actually my mom told me whenever she was a kid, she had the end of a rainbow in her yard. Yeah, like it
That
was.
sounds like one of those old people stories where
You
they
think,
say that.
you
but-
think I was like? You think she was like she was just getting me?
I think so.
Like, oh yeah, I saw the end of a rainbow.
Maybe there's a leprechaun in your yard.
Found some gold or what?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, just pop out.
You
a little
missed.
green
You just
guy.
missed the leprechaun, bro.
And just left. Took off.
Where's Andrew at? Oh.
But yeah, man, Norway was sick. Got to go to Nice, France, which is
Ooh,
cool.
nice.
Like again, different place, different people, different culture, different food, drinks. Like
I was about to say.
it was sick, man. Like
I've always
we-
wanted to go to Nice.
I hear
Nice
that's
is awesome.
I hear that's
Those
like a
are
nicer
beautiful.
place
They
in
got
France.
these awesome
it's
beaches.
a nice place.
Yeah.
So the ship actually pulled into Marseille, which is like I wouldn't say great. It didn't look great. Bad reviews, type place. And then
Yeah.
and then like the officers, all the pilots, what we will do is we'll all split money and get like one giant like mansion Airbnb.
Yeah.
Like a few thousand a night or something like that, and like we just go out there. It's like we get like rental cars, drive to Nice to our place, and it's like on the water overlooking like the Amalfi Coast.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so
That's
sick.
not
Yeah,
even
yeah,
the
yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
shit,
Well, I mean,
bro.
dude, like when we're on deployment, like this is like heaven, dude. Like we gotta do something like this. Like we're saving up all our money. We don't have bills. I mean,
I was
unless you're
about to
paying a
say,
mortgage. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
whatever. Your family back home, but like this is our time to do it. Like,
Right.
Y'all
about
didn't
to
want to
s-
hang in Marseille?
You about to live. You about to live
Oh,
life.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you say? Hang in Marseille.
Dude, Marseille is it's like, you know how when they have crime movies in America, it's always like Chicago or Detroit or something like that.
Mhm.
For France, it's Marseille.
yeah,
Marseille.
Yeah.
oh, big time.
Oh.
They're like,
That's
do
the place
not
you don't
stay
wanna
here.
go.
Get out of here.
Really?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I never.
Mhm.
I don't know. I also am not an expert on foreign policy or anything like that, so I don't know nothing about foreign what goes on and
Travel
all of
and
that.
everything like that.
Yeah, it was.
I
highly-
said foreign policy. I guess I'm thinking about Facebook right now, and everybody's an expert right now on Facebook on foreign policy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
You speak-
that's crazy.
Do you speak any other languages?
No, not at all. Not at all. A
Sounds
lot.
like-
That's about it.
English.
I was
wish.
wondering. I didn't know if they like made you do languages because I know in some jobs in the military they make you do like if you're a Green Beret or Navy SEAL, you have to go through language training
Man,
for a
he's-
second
You
language.
also get more pay as well. So like if you know a
Oh.
different language, like I
Really?
mean, there's certain jobs out there that like are only if you can speak a different language for like interpretation
should go
and stuff
sign
like
up.
that. And like if you also get like, correct? I mean, the fact checkers are out there, right? But like I think you get bonus pay if you speak a different language because it's like a specialized like ability, right?
Right.
To take advantage of that.
I
you know?
wouldn't see why not.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
Yeah.
I would think that I wouldn't be mad about that.
I have a cousin on my mom's side who his whole job, he's in the military. I don't know if it's CIA or military, but he's in like what's the really big cargo plane? There's eight.
C5.
I think so.
17, yeah.
But they just fly over in the Middle East and pick up
People and shit?
radio. They pick up radio things and he just translates.
Oh, dude, that stuff's wild.
That's all he does all day.
I had a buddy that was in the army, and he had to go in, and he flew into, I think it wasn't Kuwait, it was Syria, I want to say, or something like that.
That makes sense, yeah.
And this was probably about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Does that make sense? No, yeah, maybe. I don't know, somewhere like that.
Yeah, probably like
And-
2018 time frame.
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah, that's what we're talking
yeah.
about. That's around where we're at. And he said, while they were out there, like they had him taking showers and shit, like in like radiation water, and like his hair was falling out and shit like that. And I was like, God damn. I was like, fuck, bro. I was like, that's what being an army does. You ain't got that. You ain't getting to live that pilot life.
On an aircraft
Shit.
carrier, it's a different story. You're
Yeah.
breathing the same air, drinking the same water as everybody else in that shit, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy though.
Yeah. Do you like one of the? I would say like, that's some of the coolest places I've been was Oslo, right? Just fun, enjoyable. They have like these saunas. So they have fjords. You ever heard of fjord?
Yes.
Dude, it's like they have these saunas on the water, like on the edge of the water, like balcony, like seating, like a stadium seating.
Yes.
Like there would be like 50 people in this thing. Like
Dude, that's
you
so
go to the bar drinking beer, and then you would go jump in the fjord
All right.
in November in Norway.
All right. That's
Insane.
fucking no. That's badass. That's lit. I just don't want like the other 50 people. I know. It is what it is, and
Yeah.
I know.
dude, it's a
I mean,
vibe.
dude, but, like,
it's a
the-
vibe
dude,
when you do that
dude,
kind of
the
stuff.
people
Were they
there-
cool and like
So-
they're cool,
oh, dude,
chill?
they're awesome,
Well-
dude. And like the thing is, in Norway, everybody's healthy.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Dude,
That's-
obesity doesn't exist.
All right, so that's where it split. So like, look, we just went to Hot Springs. We went to Hot Springs, and they had a bunch of these little,
Hot Springs, Arkansas.
yeah, Hot
Oh,
Springs,
yeah.
Arkansas, dude. So like, we went for like a bachelor trip or something, and they had a bunch of these little other things, and like we was looking to go into it or whatever. I went to one and visit one of the baths or whatever, and I looked out, and they had like 100 people or something. And I was like, damn, I want to go into one of these healing baths and not have no one talking around me, like just go and heal and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like be at peace. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just be one person in a
Then you
fucking
Then
thing.
you got to do the ones in Japan. When I
Yeah,
went out there,
it's
we
like
did the
something like that,
onsens
like-
and stuff, and
That's
it's like
cool.
there's an etiquette, so everybody's quiet and stuff like that. They got the big open air ones.
No,
and
I'm looking over here. I'm in Hot Spring. I'm looking at like a mom that's fucking 300 pounds chasing around her kids with Doritos on her fingers and shit.
Yeah, in America, it's
Oh,
gonna be
Yeah,
hard
like
to find.
dude, America with that type of stuff. Honestly, I went to Hawaii. All right.
Yeah.
Just went to Hawaii this past I think it was like in September or something like that. Bro, tourists literally is over there. I'm a tourist. I'm talking like I'm a fucking native to Hawaii
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. Like I'm over here, chilling with all the Hawaii locals and shit. Like I'm serious. Like I went
Yeah.
there to chill with them. Well, we go do this touristy part of it, and I literally looked at these people, and this lady stops us and was like, we was about to get to a waterfall, and she was like, "Stop! My son right here has to use the bathroom or something like that," and she lets her son go to the side next to this waterfall and to take a shit.
What?
Yeah, and I'm like, I literally looked at her and I was like, nah, bro. I was like, fuck that. I was like, I'm still going. I was like, I didn't still go. We stopped, but I was just like, I literally wanted to look at her. I didn't say it. I should have told her. I was like, this is the reason why people hate Americans, because of this shit right here. Like,
Oh, yeah.
what are you doing? Like, they had bathrooms over there. If your son has to go that bad, you take him back and y'all walk back.
Yeah.
You walk the trail back and go to the bathrooms that they provided. Don't do it.
You also got a whole ass forest right there.
What?
Like, go
no,
pick somewhere off.
no.
the
That's
path.
what. That's the point. What like nobody's doing that over there, bro. Like that's just
Like the
that's-
locals aren't doing that.
No,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
disrespecting that shit.
respect for
Yeah, have more
everybody
respect.
else.
Correct. And like that's I hate about that's just American culture. It's just we're not respectful people
And
when it
it's-
comes to
it's
that type
not-
of stuff.
I wouldn't say it's American culture. I'd say it's dumb culture, because I've been to other countries where it's the same thing. The same dumb people and rude people in America, they have those same kind of people in every country. It's just which ones are around.
Yeah, yeah. I guess,
you know,
yeah,
like-
I guess, yeah.
I mean, dude, I went to China, and that was something that shocked me when we went through Beijing. Was like people just taking a shit in the streets. You know, they had kids, they don't wear diapers, they have pants, and it's just cut out in the middle. And when they're ready to go, they just squat. I saw it multiple
That's
times,
wild,
man.
man.
Dude, oh yeah, like we're going through on the bus, and I'm like, what the? This kid just squats in the street.
You never been to like no like third war or like
I've
third
been to Honduras.
under? Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I haven't.
So passing like a river in Honduras, there'd be people like just bathing there, or doing whatever, you know,
Trying to like hand flowers out or something like that. Trying to make a
bathing in
dollar.
the water, or whatever.
No,
you
no,
know?
no. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, whenever I went to the Dominican Republic, they had like kids like they wouldn't even like
Yeah.
let them go to school. They would like try to hand out
Yeah.
flowers to make like $1
Uh-huh.
or something like
Oh,
that. for
big
But
the
I mean,
turn.
it's
Yeah.
such a beautiful country too. Like,
is.
and then they have like and they have bad areas too. You know?
What ain't Honduras? That's not far from that place where it's like that. The terrain where they talk about it's like almost impossible to cross.
Like navigate, yeah.
What is it called?
Uh,
You know what I'm talking
It's on
about
my
though. It's
tongue.
like
I
on
know
the
what you're
top.
talking about. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
on the top of South America, and it's like
what are you talking about? You talking about Brazil?
no, it's like that's it's a full like country or something like.
Guatemala. Or
No, it's like known like that. They have like cartel and mob like cartel that huh?
Tijuana?
that's
No.
the top of Mexico.
It's like,
Uh,
dude, this place is like it splits the countries apart, but you have to cross this
Panama Canal.
Yeah, the
Like,
Panama
whatever,
Canal.
Panama
okay,
Canal.
yeah, yeah.
the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
You have to cross it or whatever, and like it's supposedly like super dangerous, and very few people make it across or whatever. And they had that one dude who walked all the way from somewhere in Chile or something like that, all the way to like Alaska, I want to say, and he walked straight through that bitch and didn't get like didn't get caught up by
Yeah, you
no
gotta get lucky
cartel or,
or-
yeah or
Look, like
like that dude got
look the
poisonous
part or-
snakes,
yeah.
panthers, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
crazy place.
Or I've been high on that. I want to go to is I think it's called. And Brand, I might need you to look this up. It's like Sikorsky, Russia, or something like that. It's the coldest city in the
Interesting.
world. Have you seen that? Is that what it's called?
What is or is that the one where they throw the pot of water off of it and it just
And it
evaporates?
Yeah,
freezes.
Yeah,
they
just
do that, but they have to
whatever.
like layer up so crazy much. Like, oh, if you don't
That's
cover your
insane.
ears for 5 minutes,
I
Why
they
saw
you
the
wanna
thing where they had
frostbite.
the babies and they just put the babies out in
I
like
did
the
see
cold.
that. That's a normal
Like
thing
that's
though.
a not normal thing, yeah.
Why? I think they do that though because
To
like
get them
it,
adapted.
yeah,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
crazy.
That's insane. And Americans would freak out about that.
Oh,
Like
what?
you're
Oh, 100%.
You better they calling child service.
child
or something.
services or something.
What?
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Uh-huh.
Shit. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? I know Brand's kind of giving me that call right now.
Yeah, man. Dude, not really. I would say like, biggest thing with what I do is like we talked about, like the biggest thing is like that I wanted to, say is like anybody can do like what I do.
What else I was about to
It's-
say?
yeah.
I was about to say, give some motivation out there for anybody that does want to take the military pathway. Give them a little, that little speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, dude,
for
like,
anybody that's looking to do that that type
yeah.
of thing.
I mean, like I said, mentioned earlier, like I didn't come from much, I wasn't fortunate growing up. But like, here I am, like I know a lot of people that I have a small circle, right? Small circle of friends, like,
You have a small circle of friends, but I can tell you this: the small circle of friends you do have is all ready to go and
yeah,
literally line up and die for you, just like
Right,
you
right.
are for
Yeah,
them. I
yeah,
can tell you
yeah.
that much.
yeah, 100%.
Because everybody
yeah.
that's your friend that
Yeah.
knows you, boy, they
yeah.
solid.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, man. I go to, like I said, things like, like having good friends back home is like another motivating reason of, like why I wanted to do what I do, It's just like, it's just pride, and because you don't think that you have, you can't reach that goal that you want, right? Like I didn't think, I never in a million lives would I think that I would be sitting where I'm at, doing what I'm doing. If you asked me this, if I did my life over, 20 times, I never would picture myself flying F-18s,
Crazy.
and like anybody can do it. Like I said, it doesn't. All you need is a degree, right? That's the hard part, right? You got to go to college. Those guys who are against college, like it is what it is. But like, if you want to do what I do, like you have to go to college, right?
It just shows. I think
yeah.
that the college part just shows you willing to
Yeah.
get up and wake up and go and
Yeah.
Show your
achieve a
initiative.
task.
Yeah.
show initiative.
Yeah. I mean, you can go to school online, right, and just get a degree. But yeah, like anybody who wants to do it, like you can do it. I didn't have much growing up. I didn't have a lot of motivation growing up. Like nothing against South Louisiana. I love South Louisiana. This is home, But like it didn't prepare me for what I'm doing, right? You got to figure stuff out yourself. Like you're doing something different. You're doing something that's not very common in South Louisiana, right? And just realizing that, finding that avenue, it's set you up for success, right?
Yeah, I would say even what you saying that, I would think that you probably had a harder time figuring out what you needed to
Yeah.
do and what you wanted to
Yeah.
do, being like if you would compared to if you would have grew up in Missouri. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah,
Compared to because I
Who
didn't
knows
even
what
realize
path,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I didn't even realize that you were really from Missouri. I thought you
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just born from here.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It doesn't matter where you're from, how much money you had growing up, because I didn't have a lot of money growing up. The possibilities are endless, right? You just got to figure out what you want to do. And like I said, last minute, dude, like a week before I graduated, I just woke up, I'm gonna call in a neighbor recruiter. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to fly F-18s, you know. And sometimes that's all it takes, right? Like, don't stress out because you don't know what you want to do with your life, right? Like, there's so many options out there, and there's something for you. You just gotta find it. You gotta dig deep. You gotta find that willingness, that drive, you know, to get to where you want to be. And then from there, once you figure out what you want to do, right? Like, you gotta, now it's time to dig deeper, you know, to get to your goal, right?
Actually do it.
Yeah, actually do it. You know, it's funny. Like, on paper, it looks nice, right? But eventually, that's gonna become reality, and you gotta just go for it. You know, dude, that's really all I have as far as like.
No, that's
what I
great.
do.
No, that's
Yeah.
great. That's
Stay
great.
humble. Stay
Yeah.
humble. We talked about that a little bit earlier. You know, staying humble is the biggest thing, because as soon as you get cocky, arrogant, people start to not like you, and that can go. You know, being humble can go a long way. You know.
That's how you don't get welcomed into the Blue Angels, huh?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
Well, look, let the viewers and audience know where they can find you at, and then also where they can find your squadron.
Yeah. So my squadron's out in Oceana, Naval Air Station. We're out in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Timmy Jimmy, Instagram handle. 2 Ys, then 3 Ys after the Jimmy part. Tim Shelby on Facebook. I have a private Facebook account for obvious reasons. But hit me up. I'm willing to answer any questions. If this is what you want to do, like, obviously I'm your guy. Write a letter of recommendation, you know, whatever I need to do. Yeah, hit me up
Hell yeah.
for sure.
Appreciate both of y'all boys. Do
Yeah.
you want to harp and throw out yours too? That way you could,
Yeah.
if anybody has any questions for you and also.
Yeah. My business is Southern Home Improvement and Maintenance, and we do a variety of services from home improvements, land services, demolitions. So if you want to hit us up, my number is 337-967-0154. Thank you.
I think that was a great podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Cool.
y'all for coming.
Yeah, dude.
I got hella problems. Don't need no shovel, handle dirt with choppers.